extremely confident human being, like beyond confident. And I want y'all to know, bitch, how I feel about me. Okay, bitch, I am beautiful. I was born male.
FYI, y'all,
I
my
came out
sinuses
as
are
a male.
draining.
I have
Y'all are gonna see
cornmeal.
snot
I
coming down
have
my
motherfucking
nose.
nuts,
It
and
is
I
what
have
it
a nut. I
is.
have
If
I will
that's gross
die.
to you, you can dip
I will
out.
never shy away from that, bitch. I am a beautiful transsexual.
I won't be offended. Just FYI,
Um,
I want to give
whoever
you a
wants to
heads
put
up.
me
You're gonna
about
see
that, that's
snot.
on
It's gonna be
them.
real
I'm not fighting
nasty.
about how I identify, and I'm
Ugh.
not fighting about my beauty. That's just not how I do that. That's one. And two. Three. I'm not taking no motherfucking abuse from no pussy asshole that's built like me. I'm not taking no verbal abuse from no pussy asshole that's built like me. And I really sat up there, and after I went through and looked at a lot of them maggot ass bitches and maggot ass, raggedy, tired ass niggas that was motherfucking trying to like really wear me down, I was like, bitch, it is impossible for these hoes to be shaped like a potato spud. A
Cause yeah,
hot
some of
cold
these I
potato
really just
spud.
don't. They're not fun to
Bitch to
me.
be terrorizing me.
Like all the
And
ones
then
with Trevor, they're not
when I
fun to
said
me at
that, I was
all.
like,
Like
Madison,
they're
the
kind of
problem
lame, and
is
the
a lot of
payout
these
really
pussy
isn't
assholes
worth it
that's
to
built
me.
like you, that you built like, that they motherfucking scream and holler these things, bitch, because you have those nuts, and you have that dick, and you have the things, bitch, but you muggy, and that's the problem, that you look like the cunt, and it's that be the problem, because when I was sitting up there looking at this shit and going through, because I was like, there is no way that these hoes that shaped like Idaho russet potatoes in a motherfucking burlap bag is really up under here talking about I'm bad bill. Now, it's not granted. I want y'all, listen, you sit there, you know the bitch, listen. There's a lot of you hoes that shape just like this. Shape just like this.
Okay, okay,
That's
okay. So, are you ready? This should
swing
be
it.
pretty
My
easy. I've kept it simple
motherfucking
since you all seem pretty
wings
simple,
fluctuate.
in
There
a
are
good way.
times that I'm
In a
shaped
good
like
way,
a sweet
just
potato.
straight
There are
ahead.
times that I'm shaped, bitch, like a motherfucking bell pepper. There are times that I'm shaped like an egg with legs. I don't dispute that. I don't dispute that. Fluctuate, that my motherfucking body fluctuates. I don't dispute that. That's not a disputation for me. But to be bold, and listen, y'all know if I read anybody, I'm gonna read myself first. But to be bold enough to get up under these people situation, okay? These people situation and be acting like that you're not being bad built, that you're not Brussels sprout built, bitch, that you're not russet or baked or a motherfucking French fried potato built. It was so shocking for me. It was so shocking that these girls were really, really, really up under there carrying like that. Like, I mean, carrying, girl. Now, look at me every day. I get up, I see me, I be in the mirror, I be like, girl, I need to get rid of this punch. Bitch, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, this ass so big, bitch. This bitch is sick. Bitch, this is 60. You know, so I say this stuff to myself. To myself. I say this about myself. Like, I stand there, I talk about my own self. I can look in the mirror and be like, this. But is so big. But is you. I got motherfucking titties. It came along with the package. And the bitch who takes estrogen and motherfucking hormones and other kind of shit, Bitch, my weight goes up and down. It goes round motherfucking circle, bitch. The shit be, bitch, for hoes to be out there, you women, you cut. For the cunts to be out there, built up, one fucking sweet potato pie away from Big Mama. To be up under the motherfucking thing. You supposed to sit on the arm. Slap me up this arm. This week they got to look. Look. People stopping out like, you supposed to terrible. Bitch, listen.
They're not terrible.
Yesterday. Like I said, bitch, you know what? And mind you, bitch is like, for you to be getting so much money, how you got time to be? How you got time to be responsible? Like, first of all, you be in first class off to you at y'all people. Let's start there. See, a lot of the problem is, a lot of bitches know that I'm rich. And I'm gonna hit you with that in a heartbeat and tell you, bitch, skedaddle. Skedaddle. The bitch is getting the tax cut this year, bitch. You're not. You're not. Part of his feelings is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth be, bitch, you a man. You male. You got nuts. That's the truth. I do have nuts. And I do have motherfucking. That's the truth. But the truth is, we not in the same tax bracket. I'm getting a tax cut this year. You're not. So when I hit a bitch with that, why all of a sudden, you know, if we dancing on the truth, we dancing on the truth. Why all of a sudden now it's this, and the other? Why? This what I don't get. Or if I tell the motherfucking hoe who built like a rusted potato, ma'am, you ain't got no business talking about me, bitch, when your motherfucking bitch, your back and your forehead are the same size. Your back, my back, and your forehead are the same motherfucking size. So what's the team? I really sat back and I looked at it. I said, the problem is, it's a lot of those girls, a lot of those women that be up in that motherfucking situation, and they be like, I know that that's a man. I know that that's a man. And there is no motherfucking way that man is supposed to be built like me. That man's supposed to be somebody saying that man. Bitch, when I walked out on the Temple stage, bitch, I was gorgeous, bitch. And I was gorgeous, bitch. The last time I was there, I was a bit bigger. I was bigger the last time I was there, bitch. I walked out there, bitch. I was sickening, bitch, and I felt every moment of me being sickly, bitch. When I say, bitch, every single moment, bitch, I felt every single moment of me being sickening, bitch, when I tiptoed, bitch. When I tiptoed, yeah, bitch, giving motherfucking unadulterated, pure, indulgent pussy, bitch, when I walked out there. Pure, unadulterated, indulgent pussy, bitch, when I walked out there, bitch, with a massive mouth. Bitch, look how good I look me and my motherfucking pussy. Bitch, look at this. This is me as a plus-size woman and a very petite woman standing together, bitch, giving unadulterated love and pussy. Bitch, what I tell you, bitch, unadulterated, bitch, my hair was laid to the motherfucking floor, bitch. My skin was creamy, bitch, down to the ground, girl. Bitch, tiptoe in pure gorgeousness, bitch. And I walked in that. Girl, my shoes was a size motherfucking 12, bitch. They fit perfectly, bitch. I tiptoed out. It was no pressure on my heels, bitch. It's the same heels that you big fat assholes be motherfucking wearing. The same one. The same one you big fat gigantic back ass bitches be motherfucking wearing. Here go a side view of that. Bitch, catch the side view, bitch. I want y'all to to get into it, bitch. I don't want y'all to get into it like how hoes be really, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing all this because y'all got to stick with me here because I'm going places with this video. So I said I wasn't going to be long, but I might be a little bit longer than I anticipated, bitch. Just a tad bit longer, girl. Just a smidge longer, bitch. Because I got to get that tiptoe out. Bitch, I got to get that tiptoe out, bitch. Bitch, look at us trying to find out where we was going. Look at that. Yeah, catch that. Bitch, you see that? Tip, bitch. Bitch, you see that? All that sickening that's walking back here, bitch. Do you see all that sickening that's walking back here, bitch? Bitch, did you get into all that sickeningness? Bitch, tiptoeing back off.
Yes, tiptoeing in my heels. Tiptoeing in my heels.
Bitch. So the girl should get into all that, bitch. And you think I'm gonna sit up here and allow a rusted potato back ass bitch to get away with murder? Oh, don't be upset. It's the upsetness for me. It's the upsetness. Bitch, get into this, bitch. Come on, where's it at, girl? Bitch, I got all this stuff in my motherfucking phone, bitch. I want y'all hoes to know. Bitch, you see that? Bitch, you see that pussy right there? Do you see all that pussy? Bitch, do you see that? Do you see that? Unadulterated, uncured pussy meat right there, bitch? Uncured pussy meat right there, bitch. And I know and got that small. And no bitch that is supposed to bitch can steal chicken off the phone, bitch. Only bitch. What? And I have to deal with hoes like this, but that bitch up under my motherfucking hoe. I want y'all to see some of the hoes. To deal with bitches like this up under my hoe. Do you see this bitch team? Look at this bitch teeth. This bitch asked me, what is that? I said, what your teeth, what you thought your teeth was supposed to be. Girl, your teeth is hanging out hanging from the top. Bitch, you got to play. You face is giving the same. What's the teeth? No, girl, I'm not gonna let this kind of stuff read me. No, I'm not gonna let this kind of stuff read me. I'm not gonna ever let this. We not letting that kind of stuff. I'm not doing that. That's not allowed. Hold on. I'm not letting that read me. I'm not allowed. You're not allowed to do that, bitch. You don't have. I'm not allowing you to do that. Like this girl last night, girl. I'm not allowing you to do this, girl. Girl, I'm not allowing you to do this. Girl, you feel like this? I'm not allowing you to do this. I'm not allowing you to do this. I'm not allowing you. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do this. You're not to do this. You're not going to accept this from you. You're not. You're not. They see. You're not to do this, girl. You're not. Hold on. Let me go on because I wasn't finished, girl. Because these girls are not. You're not. You're not. They told you. Somebody has explained to you, bitch. They haven't explained to you. You're not. And you're not. This bitch gonna ride on the motherfucker. They said she ain't gonna tell me bitch the word. He gonna dick tuck. I said, ma'am, you got two necks to tuck first, and you also got to make sure that you get those in the correct space. You're not. Hey, you're still. Bitch, hold on. I've been dealing with this type of shit for the past since this shit been out of here. Since this shit been, I had to read me first. This nigga right here with these lips. Do you see this nigga? Stop. You're not allowed. You've been holding your fucking motherfucking egg in this bitch like that. Bro, you're not kill you. You with the bitch that you met at the
They really fucking evil witched me, bitch. At least I didn't die.
You're not allowed. Hold on. It was these people that were really coming with these things. I was like, girl, let me go through here. And then they're going to lock in their page. I said, oh, no, I got it. Oh, no. No, because I went to your page first because I needed to see what you allowed. I needed to see was I going to accept that from you. I needed to see was I going to accept that, bitch, or was I going to let it roll? Was I going to let it roll down the street, bitch? You're not allowed. Sir, you're not allowed, sir. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. This broad right here. Refocus to this broad. This broad right here told me that bitch I was built so bad. This broad. This one right here was built so bad, and I looked at my man, and I'm just a real nigga. And I was like, ma'am, you are not. You're not. I like the way you operate. If this job had gone different, we'd be dealing with a whole lot more cops. Ma'am, you're not. There's so many things going on here. You're not. Move and fired. Move and fired. Don't let them corner you. You give away free pussy. I can tell by that front door behind you. You're not. You are not. I'm not done. Bitch, there's more. There is more of that same broad. She was real reckless. She was with her so hard, she went and got her cousin. That bitch went and got her cousin, bitch. She tiptoed in her motherfucking heels. Oh. She tiptoed in her heels. Been skipping the one because I wanted to get y'all. I'm saving the worstest ones for the last. But you're not allowed. I'm not accepting that. You're not allowed. You're not allowed, man. I don't know who told you that you were allowed, but you're not allowed. Man, I'm not accepting that from you, bro. You could never give me that. Hold on. Hold the line, please. Hold the line. That bitch went and locked her page. I said, oh no, girl, it's okay. You can unlock that because I already got what I needed. Exactly what I needed, girl. You can go and unlock that. Don't lock your page up. This one right here. Ma'am, you're not allowed. Ma'am, you're not allowed. Ma'am, you are not allowed. Ma'am, you're not allowed. We're placing the person, the transsexual, the transvestite, the medical man, you're not accepting this from you. Ma'am, you think you're not. You know when you'll have lots of time when you're in jail for robbing a bank and putting down a load of cops. You don't have time right now. Get out of there as quick as you can. Hold on. The new model for the girl, for the trainees, don't let your president fool you. You're not. You're not. Come on. There's more. There's more. I was scrolling too fast. Y'all hold the line, please. Don't go nowhere. I just got started. Don't go nowhere, bitches. I've just begun. I said I was going to go right, but I decided not to. And no more of this girl. It's like, girl, you. Man, what is you? Ma'am, are you ma'am, what is you? Are you in the beginner stages? Because you're definitely giving me training, and you're not allowed. I'm almost 50 years old, and you're not allowed. You had too much opinion. You were too opinionated, and you're not allowed. You had too many opinions on a raw ass bitch, and you're not allowed. You're not allowed. It's giving put pit bull in strike. You're not allowed, ma'am. I don't know whether to send you out there to line you up in a dog fight, bitch, or to lock you up with that pinstripe shirt. Girl, you're not allowed. Girl, look at we can dissect so many things. Girl, the concern that you need to be concerned about is why is that yellow linoleum plastered to your wall? You're not allowed. No. On behalf of the Megatron community, you're not allowed. Hold on. Because this might be somebody, kin folks or cousins or grandma or somebody. Y'all need to school them, police them. You're not allowed. Hold on. Then, wait a minute, girl. I was moving too fast because I skipped a few of these hoes, bitch. Then, hold up. I need you to hold the line, please. I mean, they was real loquacious under my thing. Real loquacious. The girl went and put this on. And girl, if you zoom in and see that part, that shit looked like what was it? What river that was that Moses parted the Red Sea? That looks like the Red Sea from end to end on the top of that window. Look at that. See how this is what a part is supposed to look like in a good lace. That's not. Ma'am, you're not allowed.
Oh, what?
Ma'am, you're not allowed.
Oh, what? Oh,
Ma'am, you're not
no.
allowed.
Oh,
You're not
no.
allowed. Your allowance card has been motherfucking revoked. You're not allowed. You are not allowed. What is this? What is this? What is going on here? Okay, after the real woman part, after y'all scream out loud, but she's a real woman. After that, what is this? What's going on here? What is this? No, I'm not accepting that. Let me choose a different instead. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that, girl. I won't receive that from you. Are you kidding me? Ma'am, I'm not taking that from you. What? You're not allowed. No. Who told you that? Bitch, who's gassing you hoes? BP?
Okay, here we go. Transponders on one of 4 post-op vans making runs around the city. Work in pairs, driver and navigator photographer. And use the Trackify app on your phone to find vans. We've got a limited time before the van we need goes out of circulation. Trackify uses a signal on your phone to tell you when you're going in the direction of a target, but it's not very good on distances. If the 2 teams communicate, you should be able to locate them quickly. And we can all go back to our clickbait and tube sites. When you do find a van, send me an image of its license plate.
Who the...
this gentleman, this man. I'm like, sorry, is anybody even fucking you? You don't have any teeth at the bottom. Ooh, look at this. This is the stuff that was up under my things giving me all the stuff. This is the thing. This is the stuff right here and right motherfucking now. Was up under my phone reading me. Or thinking they were. I guess they didn't have their motherfucking pages locked fast enough. Rufus Klein, Theo the spooky held over. What are you this close to the judgment seat, girl? You can't do this. No. Hold on. Let me choose a different asset. If I got a Rolodex for these hoes in here. Well, Rolodex. I wanted y'all to say it with me. Bitch, these hoes had time. I'm at home now, so I got enough time to really focus. I was giving y'all bitches tidbits. But I'll give y'all this picture while I'm waiting, just so while I was at work. This is me again amongst the Labiquita community. Catch this. Bitch, catch that. Catch that, bitch. Catch that. That's what I get. That's what I do. That's what I be giving amongst the girls. That's what I be giving, bitch, when I was in Austin, Texas. That's what I be giving. I give that. I give that. If you ain't giving unadulterated, pure motherfucking pussy in its spirit form, bitch, you have no bitch. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. That's what I was giving in the days when the bitch was asking me what I was so bitch, I was gathering up my bag. I was stopping city to city, state to state, picking up my bag. Hold the line. Baby, I wasn't giving this. I wasn't giving this. I wasn't giving this. How real and pussy and how motherfucking real and how many children and how many bitch, look at your living arrangements, bitch. Or look at your business arrangements, girl. You doing business out of that? Tip the ceiling. Man, your toes were hanging over your shoes at the front, girl. And the bitch is asking me how much pressure was on my shoes. Are you kidding me? You're giving all of this? You're giving this while you're giving that. And you're on the comment section, girl. To peel. Let's get this. To peel back. And your toes are almost touching the steps. Your toes are almost touching the steps. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hold on. I told y'all I was going to give it to him. Let me choose a different asset while y'all ponder on that. Oh, baby, this why those girls be locking their page. Those girls go to reading me and locking their page. They go to locking their page up. They go to tearing their pages. They go to getting into their pages. Like, let me go over here. Because I saw this over there and I asked them, girl, are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure? Because I can point out all my flaws. But, bitch, when I start pointing out yours, how are you going to stand after that? How are you going to stand after that? I'm still on this one right here, girl. The nastiness that this woman said to me on the camera, the nasty, filthy, disgusting, low down things that this woman was saying to me.
That works. I can see the plates. Give me the last one.
We want to need to check a mirror when I get out, when I walk outside. And this ain't giving me motherfucking goddamn Yes. There's more. Let me change the assets. You girls better have your pages locked, signed, sealed, delivered, bitch. When you come tapping on, tapping on my motherfucking door. Telling me about how you look, bitch. Telling me about how you look. Bitch, and you just saw all that unadulterated, pure motherfucking magnitude pussy, bitch. Bitch, you girls couldn't take this. This is what they couldn't take. Bitch, wearing that down to the ground. I don't know where that bitch. I never, ever gave the bitch that I was perfection, bitch. Then we had this one. Then we had this one. I was like, girl. She said, it. I didn't have to see it again. It's bad built. It's bad built. It's funny looking. This is what this it. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure that y'all get this the way I saved it in my phone. He was carrying me, terrorizing me, bitch. Writing paragraphs up under there with their page open like that. And paragraphs about illusion. Illusion that causes confusion. With this mouth sitting up here like this. You are not going to have a mouth like this. You are not going to have a mouth like this. You are
I gotta pee, bitch.
People want to jump up and down and scream about that this is the real woman. Your pussy ain't got your mouth big. You didn't get your mouth big, me. You're like that.
Transponder should be back here. Yep. That's the model. When you can, take it to Lester's guy.
And somebody to tear down the heaven and tell her to come handle this. Y'all ponder on that. I'll continue. There's more. There's more. I bet y'all wasn't expecting this live today. There's more. There's more. Hold on. Because here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to put a little bit of me in between. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of me in between that so that, I want y'all to understand what they were reading. They were reading this to the floor. Because I was getting read down. I mean, down. And if I wasn't solid in my motherfucking who I am, bitch, that shit was bitch. When I went and looked at these girls, I was like, these girls have lost their mind. These definitely girls have voted for Trump. These definitely are voters for Trump, girl, because they have lost. Bitch, you have washed your mind to think that because I have nuts in between my legs, bitch, and a schlong, that you have the unmitigated gall to skip that mirror and head dead directly to me. That you have the unmitigated gall to skip your mirror and head directly to me. You have lost the entirety of your mind, bitch. I know when you was brushing your teeth, bitch, to get on the internet to try to read me, that you did not brush your mouth first and then come up under there and write comments, write disparaging comments about me. While you had brushed your mouth, you brushed that mouth. You took those fingers and brushed that mouth. While this bad body girl was doing this, my bad body ass was doing this, bitch. Bitch, my bad body ass was doing this, and you had brushed that mouth. You had brushed that mouth to put those foul words on me. Oh, no. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. I want those that are watching in the back that think they got it all together. Girls, I find y'all pictures, girls. That think they got it all together, that they can just listen, I read myself. My weight fluctuates. Sometimes it be big, sometimes I be a little bit smaller than big. Sometimes I be big, sometimes I be medium. Sometimes I be medium. Sometimes I be in between, bitch. I tell you, there's hormones and shit going on up in here, bitch. But the mug remains. And then, this homosexual, this girl, what is this around this girl's mouth? Girl, what is this around your mouth, girl? What's this around your mouth? What's this around your mouth, girl? What's this around your mouth? What's going on around your mouth, girl? It's too much pee. What's going on around your mouth, daughter?
Yeah, I wasn't that close from Frank when we was coming up.
Daughter, why your mouth doing that? What you done ate, girl? What you been eating?
I mean, man, we went our separate ways for real, and now here we are.
You're not allowed. Home. Home. You're not allowed. Home. You're not allowed. Home. You're not allowed. What you been eating? Lips peeling all back there and shit. What the fuck going on? Home. You're not allowed. P-O-U-N-K. Home. You're not allowed. You're a punk. Hold on. Baby, I can't. Bitch, I should have put them all in a folder where I could have just said, bitch, I'm just fuck. One more picture of the punk. 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 Please.
I'm done. I'm done.
Please. We're not doing this. You girls better have y'all shit together. You girls better be together. You girls better be this man right here. Oh no, I got more. It's more. Shirley, not Shirley. Not Shirley. Miss Shirley told me that I was I was a big old man. That's a big old man coming out there. The man looked like he can't breathe. Shirley. 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 Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley, you're not allowed. Miss Shirley, you're not allowed. No. You, Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley, you too old. I'm that comatose you, bitch, with the reason I want to give you.
Dogs, I'll just do
Miss
that
Shirley,
one.
this somebody grandma. Take her phone. Take her phone. Before she take her breath, the last one. Take her phone. Let me choose a different asset. Oh yeah, I saved you girls. I saved y'all. I said I was gonna take a day and spend a day on y'all, and then I was gonna move on. I said I was gonna move on, honey. After I was gonna take a day. I posted Big Titty Shirley yesterday, that Big Titty boy yesterday. I said I was gonna move on after I do this. I was gonna move along. But I just needed the public to know. I wanted the public perception of the girls that was giving me all this fever. The girls was giving me fever. I mean, and this boy right here, come on now. No, I wanna come on. Nigga, I know somebody told you had a cute haircut. Bitch, you look like a bitch hit you in the head with two poles, bitch. Two bed rods hit you in the motherfucker. Your hairline is going back too far. Your hairline it's too back here. And nigga, even if I had a pussy, I wouldn't fuck you with the next door neighbor pussy, nigga. Please. Some motherfucker hoe you gave $40 to, bitch, on goddamn from Snapchat, bitch, told you that you were sick, me girl. You are not. Y'all niggas need to cut the shit out because a lot of you niggas that was up in there having a lot of conversations that a punk would suck your dick with a straw, bitch. Bitch, you are not allowed. You are not, and you have a filter on your thing and you look a fool. You are not allowed. Sir, it's not giving the thing that you think that it's giving, girl. You're not allowed. I can tell by that hotel room that some $40 hoe told you that you were cute, bitch. You was sending her that picture to show that, bitch, you in the room and you got her 40. Bitch, because ain't nobody riding your dick for free. Nobody. Ain't nobody giving you no free pussy, nigga. You not allowed. Ain't nobody giving you no free pussy, nigga. You're not allowed, sir. I can get more free pussy than you, nigga. I can get more free pussy than you, nigga. You definitely in that hotel room giving that bitch $40. Ain't nobody riding that dick for free. Because if they is, they stupid. You shouldn't even pay Joe Barber for that haircut that he gave you, girl. That uneven, unlined up ass motherfucking haircut, bitch. You need to start wearing wigs, knees. Bitch, at least if you a lace front would have you right from edge to edge, girl. You're not allowed, sir. Don't you ever have lips to read me. Sorry, boo. You need a lace so that you can know what a real motherfucking stuff ear to ear look like, girl. Continuing, she was a different asset. She was a different asset. Hold on. You are not allowed. Is that all I got in this folder, girl? It was so many, bitch. I was out there in the streets windmilling these hoes, bitch, to death. I was windmilling these hoes to death, and I didn't even call on the mob to come help me, bitch. I was out there motherfucking handling these pussy ass hoes by myself. This one right here, girl, this man right here, I was like, girl, he got so mad, bitch, and he told me he was going to beat me up. That bitch said that it looked like I was popping out of that dress. I said, well, what you should be popping is those pimples on your motherfucking forehead. That's what you should be popping. I said, bitch, one thing a bitch ain't never told you you was doing was popping, girl. You got nice teeth, girl. But, bitch, listen, you need to be popping all those pimples on your motherfucking forehead, and I'm sure what they look like in the back. Girl standing up there, girl. Hold on, let me show you the other picture of her, girl. And
All I
she
know
was
was
up here
I'm
talking
not
about some bitch.
driving.
I said, bitch, ain't no woman ever used popping with you in a sentence. Talking about I'm popping out my dress. Bitch, I'm popping out. He popping out of that. Bitch, ain't nobody used popping in you in the same sentence, bitch, ever. You need to be popping those bumps on your motherfucking head, nigga. Talking about what's popping on me. Pop those pimples in your face, nigga. Standing up there, girl, with these goddamn motherfucking A-cup ass titties, bitch, looking like looking like he just got dropped off, bitch, from Omni Star. Girl, you don't sit your motherfucking A-cup titty having ass down, girl. With your A-cup titty having ass, girl, you in the gym and your titties is still an A-cup. There's so much I'm gonna tell me, so much you can say. You girl got too much other stuff to be concerned about than being up under my motherfucking video and picture trying to serve me. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Girl.
okay.
Girl. I know somebody out there, somebody sitting back in the comments right now, locking their page right now, that's gonna try to leave a dirty comment up. Bitch, your page better be locked. Your page better be locked. Cause listen, I hit children too. I hit kids too. Don't you better take your kids down, bitch. Cause I hit kids too, bitch. I don't give a fuck who like it. This motherfucking hoe right here, bitch, with this goddamn box Chevy chin, bitch. This box Chevy ass chin hoe right here, bitch, locked her motherfucking page. But in the midst of this bitch locking her page, she talking about some, ooh, the toilet hate to see that coming. Talking about me. The toilet hate to see that coming. So, you know, when she said that, hold on. Bitch, y'all know I don't give a fuck. Hold the line. I'm gonna show you how I motherfucker swan, bitch. I say, bitch, well, you know what your kid hate to see coming? Anything, bitch. Until you get your baby's left eye fixed, don't shift the concern. Get your baby's left eye adjusted, and then you come back, bitch, and motherfucking be up under my pictures talking trash to me. Bitch, don't play with me. You motherfucking hoes, be down there, but I get your kids, your grandmama, bitch, I get all of you. I get all of y'all motherfucking hoes together, bitch. I asked you not to come over there. I say, bitch, you can stay on my way. You can stay on. You got two things that you can do. Because I'm built for this. I'm bad built. I'm bad built, bitch. I'm built for war, bitch. I'm built for a bulldozer. So, bitch, don't come in here. I just not the kid shit. I told y'all I tear them up too. They casualties of war. Y'all come in here with that bullshit if you want to. And thinking that it's a game. It's not a game. You are not allowed to be up under there, either built like me, bad body like motherfucking me, flappy arm. You're not allowed to do that. You want to do that because I'm a trainee, and you think, bitch, that because your president done told you, bitch, that it is two genders, bitch. I am a ruthless bitch when it comes down to motherfucking pulling y'all hoes together. Because if I can't put nothing on you, I'm gonna get your kids. I'm gonna get your grandma. I'm gonna get your house. I'm gonna get your things, bitch. Because the reason why we where we at is because you rung the doorbell. Now you can take your motherfucking shit and you can post your shit over there on your page all you want to. You can do that all you want to. But when it gets up on the here, what I got to see it in my motherfucking peripheral view, in my view area, bitch, I'm 10 close up. That's just what it is. Because you ain't got no business in my yard. You don't have no business in my yard. Let me say that is. Hold on. Bitches, I was motherfucking swinging on a lot of bitches. I was swinging on a lot of motherfucking hoes, bitch. And as you can see, I read nigga. Hold on. Before we get deeper to this, did I not include everybody? We had a grandmother. We had three niggas. We had a grandmother. We had three niggas. We had motherfucking a whole bunch of women. Did I not equally lay everybody on the table? I put everybody on the staff equally. I didn't have no respect of a person. Did I not? Okay, long I see somebody say I did. I put the games on there. I didn't know if that other motherfucker was a trainee or not. That bitch was up there talking about she had a pussy, but bitch, that was still up for grabs. Cause bitch, I saw a lot of beginning stages in there. There was a lot of beginning stages in that. It was lots of beginning stages. I was like, bro, this is giving toddler dude. Very beginning stages, girl. I was like, girl, honey, bitch, you 2 motherfucking hormone pills away, girl. You 2 pills away. But this took the cake for me. This one right here, reading me like she was reading me. This one, unlike y'all president, bitch, ain't no ambitious DEI over here, bitch. Diversity, equity, and inclusion around this motherfucker. I will employ a kid. I will employ a grandmother. I will employ a motherfucking goddamn disabled. I will employ, bitch, anybody can get a job. Anybody over here can get this work. But bitch, I'm back to dead. This is unacceptable. 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 Hold on, let me change. I think I got more. This is unacceptable. Reading me the way that you were reading me. Reading me the way that you were reading me, man. I know somebody gonna tag you, somebody gonna find your page. Reading me the way that you were reading me. Reading me like you were writing paragraphs about me, girl. This is unacceptable. You took the time to write paragraphs about me, but you didn't write a paragraph down to your dental insurance agency telling them how you are in desperate need of a root canal.
Okay, here we go. Transponders on one of 4 post-op vans making runs around the city. Work in pairs, driver and navigator photographer. And use the Tractify app on your phone to find the vans. We've got a limited time before the van we need goes out of circulation. Tractify uses a signal on your phone to tell you when you're going in the direction of a target, but it's not very good on distances. If the 2 teams communicate, you should be able to locate them quickly, and then we can all go back to our clickbait and tube sites. When you do find a van, send me an image of its license plate. When I've got them all, I'll run the numbers against their database and tell you which van you need to steal. That's good. A clear shot of the plate. Now, give me the rest of them. Don't send me shots of your privates or the sunset, or your private bits at sunset. I just want shots of license plates, no filters, and definitely no hashtags. Alright, I got another picture. I still need some more, though.
Look, yeah, I'm sure there's endless conspiracy theories about what he wants to do, but what he definitely does want is to control the attention economy, and he can't lose that control by saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's going to be the next interesting, the next guy." Good point. And because then the press wants to travel with fans. They don't want to travel with a lame duck. He wants to be able to make that decision. He wants to be able to be kingmaker and use that power of leader of the party.
And every president wants that, right? Every president. I mean, look at your former boss.
Well, I don't think he had a choice.
Wow, that sounded like shade.
It was not.
It was. I mean, not from you, from this one. Here, let's your friends. Okay.
There wasn't much of a choice there.
Really quick though, you mentioned the idea of all the other things, prices, the economy, and beyond. Why is he not prioritizing those? I mean, he's putting pennies, literally, before things like that.
Yeah, look, I think we need to get through March and figure out if we can pass a CR with the debt civil with Republicans. Then I think you begin to shift to figure out how do you bring down costs across the board, whether it's cost of living, eggs, milk, gas, etc. I do think you need to incentivize some of those corporations and businesses to figure out ways that they can leverage maybe tax incentives to bring down that cost. So there are some tools in the executive's toolbox, I would argue, to incentivize that, thus bringing down costs for the average American.
Everything he's doing is old news. Republicans have played with foreign aid and federal workers for decades. This is not a new playbook. He is
$36 trillion in debt, Mike.
Anybody who has worked in government knows if you're ever going to actually, he's going for low-hanging fruit. USAID, it's less than 0.47% of the budget. Hold on. The point is, where he won't go is where all the waste, fraud, and abuse is. It's in entitlements. He won't, and look, we would love to see him try. We dare him to try to touch Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. He won't do it. The same reason we know he won't, because he's too scared to do it.
He's gone a lot further than Democrats.
Well,
absolutely nothing that's happening.
Gentlemen, I would ask for more of your 2 cents, but the president says the pennies are no longer applicable. Michael Singleton, Michael LaRosa, thank you so much, both of you. Still ahead, she made history as the first black woman to serve on the nation's labor watchdog group, only to be fired by President Trump. So what's she going to do now? Whitney Wilcox standing by to share her story and her response. Plus, the major salvo in the war over AI. This time, it's Elon Musk firing the shot with a multi-billion-dollar offer to take over the maker of ChatGPT. And tonight, OpenAI's Sam Altman has a response. Next.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
Robitussin, the only brand with True Source certified honey.
This delectable go-around noodle recipe will put an end to your drive-through dinner rituals. Throw that Knorr bouillon in that tasty combo with delightful carrots and a rich touch of bok choy. Make your own Knorr taste combo. It's not fast food, but it's so good.
When you're the official vehicles of winter, you can embrace everything the cold has to offer. Leave fresh tracks with a safe and secure Jeep Grand Cherokee. Melt limitations with our most capable Jeep Wrangler ever. Or battle the elements and win in the Jeep Gladiator. Hurry into the Jeep President's Day sales event before these incredible offers slip away.
During the Jeep President's Day sales event, get $7,500 total bonus cash allowance on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland and Summit models. See your local Jeep brand dealer today.
Struggling with highs and lows.
You had to be writing paragraphs about me, but you wasn't writing a paragraph to your motherfucking goddamn people. Oh, this one. Here goes somebody else's grandmother. Now, I didn't know if this was Miss Sophia trying to catfish me and put motherfucking earrings. I didn't know if Miss Sophia had dyed her hair. I ain't know. This is Miss Sophia, and I dyed her hair and was trying to let me hold it. I think it's the same lady. I don't know. She was writing so many stuff. I was going to get pictures from her every time. Before I was getting her together, I was getting pictures of her every fucking time, and that bitch wrote another paragraph. I'm like, this bitch is writing paragraphs about me under my page, and ain't writing no paragraphs to her motherfucking to the
I just
district.
realized he's wearing
Telling them how she's a dire
those feet
straits
shoes.
of a root canal, bitch,
Ew.
braces, and a mouth overhaul.
Yep.
That's what you need. Then I want you hoes to learn something from this. Shift your concern.
When you can,
Shift
to Lester's guy.
your concern. Ma'am. 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 Ma'am.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
Oh, damn.
Gonna be like, we did it, Joe. We did it. We did it, Joe. We did it.
I always lead in. Anytime y'all heard me reading a bitch, if I'm reading a fat bitch, I tell a motherfucking fat bitch, this is coming from a fat bitch. If I'm reading a bad built bitch, I always tell a bitch, coming from a beanbag built bitch, is when I read that beanbag built bitch over there with that stank ass pussy, I say, bitch, you shaped like a motherfucking potato sack, bitch. I'm the mini potato sack, you the big potato sack, bitch, but you a potato sack nonetheless. That's about it. Yeah. That's about it. Yeah, that's it. That's about it, y'all. That's it. I just want to leave y'all on a lighter note. Hold on. Let me leave y'all on a lighter note. Let me leave y'all on this lighter note. Yeah, we need it back. All right. Always. That's every time I was with
Hey. So what you looking for? Yeah, I don't fuck with weed. Makes me anxious. But every time Lamar walks in smiling like that, I want to try it again. Stay strapped.
I probably should go pee first.
So, this guy's meeting you off the Western Highway just before Bonito Bay. You have any friends who, totally overreact when you say something?
I actually don't remember this
Well,
one.
my friend Avi is kind of like that. A few years ago, I told him there was a warrant out on him, and he goes full hermit, like stealing food from trash cans, talking to the trees.
We're about to fix that. The most prescribed biologic in asthma. Now approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well.
Somewhat justified. Our call got picked up. They came after him, and he ran. Now he's holed up in a hut on some small island off the coast, surrounded by about 20 government agents. As much as I'd love to hang him out to dry, he's our only shot at this. Well, it's kind of our fault, so... So, I'm sending you to a rental place on Innocento Road. Pick up some sea sharks and get out to the island.
Wow. That was eternity. Glad I turned both of them.
You know what would be nice? If the people who could do difficult things weren't difficult people.
Bitch, I paid 30.
The best muscle I ever worked with eats people. You're the best
Bitch, I'm
crewman.
desperate for
Couldn't
both
stop
of them.
lying. Best signal guy. Competes with animals. The best logistics person is so good at logistics, she predicts crime for the feds, the rat. And me, I'm the best hacker I know.
It's proof that I've got this. It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
I just want to meet someone who can shut up, follow orders, and do a job really well. It's too much to ask. Screw humanity and its imperfections. When we're all androids and algorithms, we can download a patch for them. Ideally, I'll be able to download the patch onto the problem people having identified shark trip. Enjoying yourselves? Any real sharks out there? That'd be an unfortunate way for this to end. So, Bobby's not gonna come out of his hut until all the cops are gone. Gone, you understand? You might not want to let him know you're there till you've got it in hand. Oh yeah, and you're gonna need a boat to get him off the island. But, I'm guessing the cops won't need theirs when you're done with them. Right?
Never should have stuck my head out. It was cool.
I was at home on January 27th, and around 11 p.m., I received an email from a White House staffer saying, speaking on behalf of the president, stating that I was being removed immediately, effective immediately. And the best I can gather from the letter was that I was not. He wanted people who were loyal to him and would issue decisions more consistent with his. That is actually in violation of the National Labor Relations Act, which is an independent agency that is to be free of influence, both presidential and other political influence. And I was, and my term ends in 2028. So I'm the first person ever in these 90 years to be removed from their position.
What did that feel like to you, Glenn, when you saw that and you read that and got some semblance of rationale? How did you feel in that moment?
I was very stunned, and I also think back that I was really surprised and shocked. It was just a lot of feelings going through me at that moment, and at 11, close to 11 o'clock at night, I could not, reach out to my agency at that point, and so it was a restless night. Let's say that.
And the idea that you would not be or thought not to be in line with his interests, do you have any indication as to why he believed that to be the case? Was there an instance, a situation you can even point to make that clear?
I really don't know the specific issues. I don't make decisions on my own. It has to be a majority decision. Whether it's regardless of who the president is who nominated a board member, we often come to consensus in 80% of our cases. So I'm not certain, other than the fact that there's a lot of important decisions enforcing employees' workers' rights, and that's what our job is to do.
In fact, recently the board took actions to protect the rights of workers at a variety of agencies, including multiple companies, including Elon's SpaceX. Do you think that Musk had anything to do with your removal?
I have no idea. The letter was on behalf of the president, but as I stated earlier, that it's important to recognize that no one is to have impact, influence the decisions of a board member.
You said the administration is testing the agency's independence, and you may have heard Vice President J.D. Vance now questioning judicial independence, and quote, if a judge tried to tell a general how to conduct a military operation, that would be illegal. If a judge tried to command the attorney general and how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that's also illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. When you hear that, what is your response?
I think that, I don't know if I can really speak to the issue of the judges, but certainly our system has been working for many, many, many years. And these challenges to the authority of the courts and also the legislators really have been challenged during this, these first couple of days or 2 weeks of this administration.
Very quickly, will you take this all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary?
Well, we just filed this case last week. Today, my lawyers filed a request for a declaration that my removal was unlawful. And so I'm hoping that this will be expedited so that myself and we can get back to work as soon as possible. So we'll have to evaluate this case as it goes along.
Still focused on the mission.
Yes.
Lynn Wilcox, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hey, thank you for watching. Nancy Cooper 360 is next.
It's not that.
Ahead on CNN News.
To the beginnings. Making America rich again.
While Donald Trump is making some big promises, experts disagree, warning his tariffs could fuel inflation and cost American jobs.
The most significant threat to this ceasefire agreement thus far, but it is a threat for now.
A fragile Gaza ceasefire now hanging in the balance as Hamas delays the next release of Israeli hostages.
Nina wears a Team Putin t-shirt, but also likes what she's hearing from the new U.S. president.
And from Russia with love for the new U.S. President Donald Trump, especially his push for peace talks to end the war. For the new U.S. President Donald Trump, especially his push for peace talks to end the war in Ukraine.
Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with John Halls.
Donald Trump has significantly escalated his tariff war with a new blanket 25% tariff on all imported steel and aluminum, without any exceptions or exemptions. The tariffs are aimed primarily at China, the world's largest steel producer. Less than 2% of steel imported by the United States comes directly from China. But in recent years, Chinese steelmakers have used Mexico and other countries as a backdoor to the U.S. market, circumventing tariffs which were announced during President Trump's first term. Canada, Mexico, and Brazil will be the hardest hit by tariffs announced Monday. The U.S. buys almost $10 billion worth of steel and iron every year from Canada, more than any other country. Canada's industry minister says the action taken by the Trump administration Monday is totally unjustified. Donald Trump, though, seems determined to upend global trade. A raft of new tariffs, he says, are about evening the playing field, especially when it comes to China.
It's time to be reciprocal. So you'll be hearing that word a lot, reciprocal. If they charge us, we charge them. If they're at 25, we're at 25. If they're at 10, we're at 10. And if they're much higher than 25, that's what we are too.
In response to the Trump tariffs, Chinese tariffs between 10 and 15% on nearly $14 billion of U.S. imports took effect Monday, targeting products from coal and liquefied natural gas to crude oil, farm equipment, and big trucks. The U.S. president has added that he has spoken with Chinese President Xi Jinping since taking office 3 weeks ago. President Trump did not reveal whether they spoke about the tariffs, but said he likes Mr. Xi a lot, and they have a very good personal relationship. CNN's Gwen McCarthy, following the brewing trade war, she's live this hour from Hong Kong. So let's talk about the Chinese tariffs, which have taken effect. They seem to be very targeted and calibrated to the Trump tariffs.
That's exactly right, John. I mean, it's very possible that we might be seeing the first return shots in what could be a new trade war between the world's two largest economies. But at the same time, China has been very measured in what they've done so far. That $14 billion in tariffs that you referenced at the start, that's actually less than 10% of all of the imports that are coming from the United States into China. We've been crunching those numbers over here in Hong Kong, and what we're reading from that is that China really wants to send a signal that, okay, we're not going to sit on our hands over here. We put some export controls down. We have these tariffs. They've got a complaint into the WTO, but they're also not going to over-escalate at this time. What they really want to do is say, hey, we still want to talk. John, as you well know, the Chinese economy is not in a good position right now. The last thing they want to see is an escalation. So I think that this first round, or what may only be a first round, is something that they're leaving the door open to be able to continue to talk with the Trump administration.
Ultimately, though, this could end up in some kind of tit-for-tat trade war. And if you look at the tariffs which are in place right now, they have plenty of room to escalate. So where could they go from here?
Well, it's a very good question, and you can be sure that China is really weighing up all of the different options that they have, and that may be different penalties that they can put, more tariffs, more export controls. China controls a tremendous amount of the supply chains for a number of those critical minerals that the U.S. sees as important for its national security. At the same time, I think China really wants to focus on dialogue at this time. I think Beijing would be thrilled to host Donald Trump in the Capitol. They would love to really lean into that personal rapport between Xi Jinping and Donald Trump. I mean, certainly they've been really happy, I think, with the tone that they've seen from the Trump administration so far. We haven't seen yet those upwards of 60% tariffs that Trump suggested when he was on the campaign trail that he could levy on China. He's also made, as you referenced, very positive comments about Xi Jinping. And so certainly we're thinking that because these two governments have seemed to be remained open to dialogue, that there is a possibility that China could avert it. At the same time, if they're not able to come to the negotiating table, then I think we will see certainly more pain in both economies. China right now will be really keen to avoid that because as they're looking at the challenges that they face in their own economy, they're really having to weigh that up. And because of the huge trade gap between China and the United States, they're not really going to have a lot of leeway to make a kind of big moves in that. So really they're going to have to think about what concessions they may want to make to the Trump administration. Right now, I don't think it's clear what Trump would accept from China, and I also don't think we know exactly what China would be willing to give up. So that's something that we're definitely going to be watching in the coming weeks and months ahead.
Well, thank you. Simone Kalki there, live for us in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
David Lynch is joining us now for more on the reality of these Trump tariffs 2.0. David is a financial reporter covering trade and global economics for the Washington Post. Thanks for being here.
Happy to.
So here's the US president on what he believes was the impact from his first round of tariffs on imported aluminum and steel back in 2018.
So the failed American trade policies have led our once incredible United States steel and aluminum industry, not now, but they're not bad. I saved them because of my first term. Totally saved them.
Yeah, or not. Here's what really happened. Although the steel industry reaped marginal benefits, prices for manufactured goods within the US soared, pushing jobs in those industries out of the country. The former CEO of Ford said profits were down about $1 billion because of increased costs from tariffs in 2018. And while 1,000 new jobs were created in the US steel industry in the first year of the tariffs, about 75,000 jobs were estimated to be lost in manufacturing, again because of increased costs caused by the tariffs. So despite what the
Well, I think the administration's argument is that, unlike the last time, these will be more comprehensive and they will close what the president and his advisors see as loopholes, exemptions, exclusions that have allowed Chinese steel to continue entering the U.S. market via Canada, Mexico, and other countries. Now, of course, what we saw the last time was, as you say, marginal benefits for the steel producers, but there are a lot more Americans, 10 times as many Americans, who work in steel-using industries like the auto sector, who may end up being hurt by this. The other factor to consider is the retaliation that's inevitable from our trading partners. We saw that the last time. The European Union, just within the past 24 hours, has promised to retaliate against these measures. Canada certainly do the same, Mexico as well. And so what we're likely to see going forward is another form of the trade wars that we saw back in the 2018 to 2020 era.
And on Monday, the president outlined the overall goal for his tariff trade policy when he was answering a number of questions from reporters like this.
What is it saying? Consumers were worried about price? Oh, I don't think you're going to. No, you're going to ultimately have a price reduction because they're going to make their steel here. There's not going to be any tariff. These foreign companies will move to the United States, will make their steel and aluminum in the United States. Ultimately, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah, I think what the president wants, obviously, is that manufacturing jobs to return to the U.S. And that's what the tariffs he hopes will do. But tariffs alone seem like a bit like a one-armed man clapping. And even if those jobs actually do return, does that mean there'll be lower prices for consumers?
Well, I think the president's view here is a minority view. I think most economists would tell you that certainly in the near term and the medium term, you're going to see a price increase that's going to start with the businesses and manufacturers that use steel and aluminum. The whole point of tariffs is to raise the cost of foreign-made goods, to discourage Americans from buying them. When you do that, when you make foreign steel and aluminum more expensive, the domestic producers are able to raise their prices as well because the competition isn't as tough. And so you end up with higher prices across the board. Those inputs factor into other products like cars and appliances and airplanes and hand tools and any number of products that use those metals that are made of those metals.
And you mentioned that this earlier, because we've been down this road before, we have a good idea of how other countries will respond to these tariffs. Here's the German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz.
One thing is clear. We will examine this closely as the European Union when it officially reaches us. And that's why we can only say something very cautiously about it now, but with great clarity. Anyone who imposes tariffs must expect counter tariffs.
Last time round, U.S. agriculture was hit by EU tariffs, so too farm equipment. Iconic American brands like Harley-Davidson motorcycles and Bourbon also were hit. How effective were those targeted tariffs? And, will they be doing similar targeted tariffs at this time?
Yeah, I think there's no question that we're going to see similar retaliation, probably even more rapidly than the last time, because the president's been telegraphing this punch for some time. The European Union's had a task force looking at ways to respond to such U.S. tariffs even before President Trump was sworn in. The Canadians have vowed retaliation, had drawn up a list several weeks ago when the president was in the process of threatening tariffs over immigration and illicit drug trafficking. And the Canadians made a point of saying that they were aiming for politically potent tariffs that would deliver economic pain to key constituencies in the United States that are presumably important to the president, the red states, politically so-called red states, Republican areas that delivered him the presidency. And so in the past, that's made a mark here in Washington, and it's cost the United States taxpayer a fair bit of change.
David, thank you so much for being with us.
Anytime.
An already fragile Gaza ceasefire is now hanging in the balance with both Israel and Hamas, accusing the other of serious violations. Hamas says the next release of Israeli hostages, scheduled for Saturday, could be delayed, accusing the Israeli military of firing on Palestinian civilians returning to their homes in the north of the territory. Hamas also says Israel is refusing to allow certain humanitarian supplies, like tents, into Gaza. Israel's defense minister has accused Hamas of its own ceasefire violations and has ordered troops to be ready for the possibility of renewed fighting. The U.S. president also weighing in.
I'd say they ought to be returned by 12 o'clock on Saturday, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips and drabs, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2. Saturday at 12 o'clock, and after that, I would say all hell is going to break out, and I don't think they're going to do it.
In Tel Aviv, protesters are calling for all remaining Israeli hostages in Gaza to be released. They're also accusing the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, of trying to sabotage the deal. More details now from CNN's Jeremy Diamond.
Hamas is threatening to delay the release of the next 3 Israeli hostages this coming Saturday over what it says are a series of violations of the ceasefire agreement by Israel. Not only do they say that Israeli forces have fired on Palestinians inside the Gaza Strip, they also accuse Israel of obstructing the entry of shelter equipment, including tents, but also these prefabricated homes that Hamas says were supposed to have entered Gaza by now, but have not. The Israeli government hasn't responded to those specific ceasefire violation allegations, but we do know that this certainly seems to represent the most significant threat to the ceasefire agreement thus far. But it is a threat for now, and Hamas is making clear that they have issued this threat 5 days ahead of this planned release in order to give the mediators, quote, sufficient time to pressure Israel to get in line with the ceasefire agreement. And they say that that leaves the door open to this Saturday hostage release actually going forward as planned. But this is already a very delicate time in the region. In Israel, the public consciousness here has really been seared with the images of those 3 emaciated hostages who emerged on Saturday after 16 months of captivity. It's really driven a sense of urgency about the fate of the remaining hostages. And then in Gaza, of course, there is in the background President Trump's proposal to permanently displace more than 2 million Palestinians who live there and for the United States to take ownership of it. And all of that, of course, puts these ceasefire negotiations with added stakes and in a very delicate position. Now, in response to this, the Israeli defense minister says that he's putting Israeli troops on their highest alert to prepare for, quote, any possible scenario in Gaza. The question now is how will the Israeli government respond to all of this? We know that the Israeli prime minister is set to meet with his security cabinet.
And a warning from the US President Donald Trump to Egypt and Jordan of consequences if they refuse to take in millions of Palestinians forced out of Gaza, a key part of Trump's post-war plan for the territory.
Would you withhold aid to these countries if they don't agree to take in the Palestinians?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Why not? I mean, if they don't agree, I would conceivably withhold aid. Yeah.
And Donald Trump clarified Monday that his plans for Palestinians in Gaza is essentially a one-way ticket out, no right of return. His proposal has been rejected by Jordan, Egypt, and other Arab nations, but it's important to note Jordan and Egypt are among the top recipients of U.S. military assistance and other humanitarian assistance as well. Still to come here on CNN, the Trump administration pushing for peace in Ukraine. Very latest on how Kyiv and Moscow are responding to those plans.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sitting is the new smoking. A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It actually releases endorphins in the brain. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands find relief. Call now or go online to get 35% off your purchase. We'll even ship it for free. Plus, you'll get this bonus seat cushion.
Ready Rocker is changing lives one rock.
The bank. You move fast. You get on the bikes, you split, and we meet at the rendezvous point, okay? Good luck, people. Nothing can go wrong. It's all good. I'm all good.
If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. I already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true.
But it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for using the card. Already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, is expected to visit Ukraine next week. Source in the Ukrainian government tells CNN the trip is set for February 20, after the Munich Security Conference this weekend, where Kellogg says he plans to discuss with allies peace plans for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced he also plans to meet U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance at the Munich conference. But Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister says any peace negotiations with Ukraine must include Moscow's indisputable ownership of annexed Ukrainian regions.
Undoubtedly, Ukraine joining NATO is one of the root causes of the special military operation. In terms of Kursk, our president has said it all. This is an issue that is so obvious to everyone, even to those who live outside of Russia. I want to say that the certain cunning with which our Western opponents, mainly the U.S., primarily discuss these topics is also quite understandable.
All this comes as the U.S. president pushes for a negotiated end to the almost 4-year-long war. CNN Trey Plankin reports on the reaction from inside Russia to Donald Trump. Peacemaker.
Thank you, soldier, the song goes. The crowd chiming in at an event in support of Russian veterans and troops fighting in what Moscow still calls its special military operation in Ukraine. Valentin fought for the now defunct Wagner private military company and says he's not unhappy President Trump is in office and Biden is out. Biden, I don't want to offend him, of course, but my personal opinion is that he was like an oddity in a country like the U.S. Trump is a commercial man. He's a businessman. He does everything for his own benefit. Nina wears a Team Putin t-shirt, but also likes what she's hearing from the new U.S. president. Of course, I like him, she says. You have to be tough and have discipline in everything so people can live well without wars. Do you think he can help resolve the conflict with Ukraine, I ask. It's long overdue, she says. He promised it, and we're waiting for it. Hurry up. Don't waste time. People are dying.
Our grandfathers once saved the world.
Russian intelligence following up with a very open influence operation targeting Americans. This slick ad showcasing Soviet and U.S. troops defeating Nazi Germany together.
Don't trust those who would devour us. Remember, we all fought together for the truth. Our grandfathers' flags matter.
Urging Americans not to support further military aid for Ukraine. At the end, the symbol of Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, the SVR. All this as President Trump this weekend claimed he's already in talks with Russian leader Vladimir Putin to end the war.
And I want to stop it just because I hate to see all these young people being killed. The soldiers are being killed by the hundreds of thousands.
While Russia says its forces are making steady progress on the battlefield in Ukraine, The costs are high. The Ukrainians publishing this video allegedly showing a Russian warplane crashing during battle in the same area. The Russians won't confirm or deny whether President Trump and the Russian leader have already spoken directly. And Russia's deputy foreign minister making clear peace talks with Moscow will be tough when I asked him at a press event. There is no hidden agenda or purpose in our position, he says. There's no element of grandstanding. Our position is derived from a full understanding of internally felt and deeply experienced tragedy and seriousness of what is happening to the national interests of our country. Music to the ears of those attending the veterans event in Moscow, vowing to fight on as long as the Kremlin says. Fred Plankton, CNN, Moscow.
At least 51 people have been killed in a bus accident in Guatemala City. The bus fell from a highway overpass Monday, plunging into a ravine 20 meters below. According to a fire department spokesperson, some passengers were trapped in the wreckage, which has been partially submerged by a polluted river. Guatemala's president has declared 3 days of national mourning. Still to come here on CNN, another legal setback for the Trump administration's so-called buyout offers for federal workers has been delayed again, while the courts decide if the plan is even legal.
There's 600 million people in sub-Saharan Africa without electricity. Many of them are in rural areas. We go into those communities, we build a mini-grid, and overnight we electrify communities that has zero energy to having 24 hours a day electricity. I think Africa is perfectly set up to take advantage of these smaller energy infrastructure systems like mini-grids, deploy them much faster, as well as building economic opportunity for those communities while the grid eventually gets extended to them. We need to continue to raise capital to achieve that goal of 2,500 mini-grids. So donors, commercial investors, social impact investors, philanthropies are going to play a critical role if we're going to be able to achieve that.
Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. Already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. Already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because
you are? Because we have a sign. Do you have a sign?
No, we don't have a sign. Fine, you're the biggest coffee lover.
At Bombas, we dream of comfort. Softness. We believe your basic things should be your very best things, which is why we make the most comfortable socks in the history of feet. Slippers you'll float in, and underwear and tees that feel like clouds. No bunnies. As always, one purchased equals one donated. Bombas. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
I strip with strangers.
Breathe Right strips have spring-like bands that open your nose, instantly relieving nasal congestion, so every breath feels...
I'm Hanako Montgomery in Tokyo, and this is CNN.
Welcome back to our viewers all around the world. I'm John Vors. You're watching CNN Newsroom. Ecuador's presidential election is heading to a runoff between the crime-fighting incumbent and leftist challenger. President Daniel Noboa will face Lucia Gonzalez in the second-round vote scheduled for April. Noboa leads 16 other candidates in Sunday's election with just over 44% of the vote, just short of an outright majority which he needed to avoid the runoff. Gonzalez, who lost to Noboa in a SAP election 2 years ago, came to a fraction of Noboa's support, just under 44%. This election comes as Ecuador is grappling with an unprecedented security crisis fueled by the drug trade and a steep increase in murders. A deadline for U.S. federal workers to accept a buyout offer from the White House has been extended again. Now, a federal court will decide if those offers are legal, a key part of Donald Trump's attempt to gut the federal government. CNN's Paula Reed has details.
Well, federal employees did not get the clarity they were hoping for on this deferred resignation offer they received from the Trump administration. On Monday, a federal judge in Boston heard arguments from the Justice Department defending the administration.
A few problems there. We'll get back to that story if we can. In the meantime, we'll take a short break. In a moment, French President Emmanuel Macron speaking to CNN about the future of artificial intelligence. Says Europe needs an agenda to stay competitive in the AI race.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sitting is the new smoking. A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It actually releases endorphins in the brain. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
In a good way, in a good
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands.
Elon Musk is attempting to put himself at the forefront of artificial intelligence. The Tesla and SpaceX founder is leading a group of investors who've offered to buy the parent company of ChatGPT for nearly $100 billion. Musk is no stranger to Sam Altman's OpenAI, which owns the popular machine learning software. He co-founded the company back in 2015 and left over disagreements on a shift from non-profit to for-profit work. Altman posted on X, which is owned by Musk, quote, "No thank you, but we'll buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." The future of AI security is high on the agenda at the second day of the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris. Legal and business leaders are meeting to discuss how to create effective guardrails for AI without stifling innovation. French President Emmanuel Macron spoke with CNN's Richard Quest about the sense of urgency surrounding AI, especially with President Trump putting so much emphasis on this new technology.
We need an AI agenda because we have to bridge the gap with the US and China on AI. Otherwise, we will use the AI being produced and invented in the US and China, but we will not be the one to control ours.
How much has your thinking and your execution been put on turbocharge by the new administration and its much more muscular, some would say brutal way in which it's basically saying we're going to do it. Europe, we're going to do it anyway.
Look, I will be very clear. I think the election of President Trump is as well a wake-up call on top of the others for the Europeans. It means you cannot procrastinate anymore.
So this is why I will work very hard to have obviously the backing of France, but some key countries, with Ursula von der Leyen and her team in order to deliver this package and this agenda.
The idea is, though, Europe, what we're really talking about on this is a change of mindset here. That Europe, for example, as Draghi says, can't have 27 champions in certain sectors. It's going to have a pan-European industrial AI policy. That is something that Europe has never had and seems not to want that.
But guess what? This is the very first second Europe was created, it didn't exist before. Guess what? Still we decided with Angela Merkel to issue together common debt, it didn't exist before. So we have, in this moment, where the unthinkable is happening, we have to deliver grand and ambitious new things and big things. If you take the last 3 decades, the GDP per capita increased 2 times more in the US than in Europe. It's incredible. Why? Because of the lack of innovation and diffusion of this innovation. So, this is why for me this is a top priority. And you're right, what does it mean? It means we have to simplify our organization and our program, and to say we are ready to invest in the best assets in Europe, and to say it will not be in your country, not in your country, but in this one. President Macron is set to meet with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance in the coming hours on the sidelines of the AI summit. A weekend surprise for some Ed Sheeran fans in India. Four-time Grammy winner there, busting in Bangalore. But an overzealous police officer cut performance short, disconnecting his car and microphone mid-song. City officials say Sheeran did not have permission for a street performance, but Sheeran says he was given the all clear. He's on tour in India and will hold 2 more shows later this week in India. Thank you for watching CNN Newsroom. I'm John Ball, back with more CNN Newsroom at the top of the hour. In the meantime, please stay with us. World Sports are up next. See you in about 20 minutes.
Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not checking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get it.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for using it for already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get it.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for using it for already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
A Pumpkin Pet insurance plan covers up to 90% of eligible vet bills. Get a plan like Gracie's at pumpkin.care.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com today and get 50% off.
In the city of London, and this is Vienna.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Casey Hunt. It's wonderful to be with you. This is a massive week in politics. I hate to kind of call you out right off the top. It is wonderful to see these women athletes finally getting the recognition they deserve. Do you ever want to try out new James Bond?
CNN This Morning, today.
Every night, you're going straight to the source. We begin with the breaking news tonight. Inside the biggest stories, where is the common ground between you and the Senate and the White House sharing the latest with you?
The Source with Caitlin Collins tonight.
I think I just won my taxes. Oh yeah? I just switched from TurboTax to H&R Block. It was so easy. You mean I don't have to go back through all this to switch? Nope.
It's easy to switch from TurboTax to H&R Block.
Consumer Reports ranks car brands on more than 50 road tests, reliability surveys, owner satisfaction surveys, and safety ratings from IIHS.
And for 2025, Consumer Reports' most reliable automotive brand is Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand. Get special low rates on a new Subaru Outback for a limited time.
New Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. For $5, go classic. For $7, go lavish. For $9, discover something new. Lux, your way. New Lux Cravings boxes only at Taco Bell.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
Hello there, and welcome to CNN World Sport. It is a glorious day if you're a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, much less so if Kansas City are your team. Super Bowl 59 was a blowout. On Sunday in New Orleans, the Eagles stopped the Chiefs dead in their tracks, smashing their dreams of an unprecedented three-peat. Our Coy Wire was inside the Superdome to see how it all played out, and a short time ago, he told me all about it. Coy, congratulations. You predicted an Eagles win, but I don't think anybody could have imagined that it would be such a blowout. What did you make of it? What impressed you so much about the Eagles' performance?
You're hitting on it, Don. It's the way in which these Eagles beat those two-time defending champions Chiefs. They disrupted that dynasty in dominant fashion, getting their revenge from that heartbreaking loss to these Chiefs in the big game 2 seasons ago. Now, Don, let's take a look at the scenes. The stars and celebrities were here in New Orleans. So is the president, Donald Trump, the first sitting U.S. president ever to attend a Super Bowl. And, of course, we knew Taylor Swift was going to be there cheering on her boyfriend, her beau, Travis Kelce. But this Chiefs Super Bowl Eras tour did not affect the way they would have hoped. The Chiefs ran into a buzzsaw that is the Philadelphia Eagles defense. They sacked Mahomes 6 times. He was running for his life. They forced him to throw 2 interceptions. My favorite one, Don, was when the rookie, Cooper DeJean, on his birthday, intercepts the Patrick Mahomes, who takes it 38 yards for a touchdown. Don, I like to say he was streaking in his birthday. Then it was Zach Bond. What an incredible story. He got an interception. He played 4 seasons for the Saints here in New Orleans in this stadium. Last year as a Saint, he was a backup. He said he'd cry at times thinking maybe he just lost his way. Well, his first season in Philly, he became a first-team All-Pro. Now, we have to talk about quarterback Jalen Hurts in this game. Incredible, phenomenal performance, throwing for 2 touchdowns. He led the team in rushing and ran for a touchdown as well. His 72 yards rushing is a Super Bowl record for a quarterback. Fly, Eagles, fly. Unreal. No one could have seen a 40-22 beatdown coming. Oh, by the way, it was star running back Saquon Barkley's birthday, too. What a way to celebrate his Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts, after the game.
It definitely took a team effort, took a group effort, and just only thing I can think about is all the effort, all the work that was put in over the course of time. And then I think we had a focus group out there. You know, offense was able to score points, take advantage of opportunities, you know, just enough to put points on the board. And then defense played how they played all year. You know, and I truly believe offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
All right, Don. The party is going to be going all week long in Philly, and we just found out that their parade is going to be on Friday, which is Valentine's Day. So the city of brotherly love is going to be celebrating all sorts of love when they have that parade. Congrats to the champs. And yes, you called it. You remember. I picked to go in it.
Yeah, you did. Props to you, mate. Credit where it's due. Great to hear from Jalen Hurts there. You know, he has a surname that sports writers love, right? And there's been so many puns about Hurts and hurting. He's been hurting, right? In some big names, he's not got the opportunity or he's not got the win. How pleased were you to see Jalen Hurts finally on the top step?
Yeah, you know, Don, he is just the epitome of hard work, dedication, determination, and never give up. He's the supreme type of leader you'd want to have in your locker room. It was after the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and he was asked about that tough, heartbreaking 38-35 loss to these Chiefs, and he said, you know what, the way I see it, it's either you win or you learn. He didn't say you win or you lose. He said you win or you learn. His tough times have made him tougher, Don. And then after this game, today. He's been catching a lot of heat. People wondering, can he, win in the big game, and does he have what it takes? Is he a top 5 quarterback? He didn't listen to any of the noise, and his quote was phenomenal. He said, I had a purpose before anybody else had an opinion. So he's just that type of leader. You could just listen to him give a TED Talk or something like that, and here he is. He led his team to a win on the sport's biggest stage.
So Jalen Hurts was the MVP. Arguably, the Eagles' defensive line could have been the MVP instead if you could give it out to multiple players. I mean, just how crucial was that aspect of their game?
I love that you're talking about this because we never get to talk about defense, It's always the offense, justifiably so a bit, I guess. But in this game, it was like, you ever watch the Nature Channel, Don, when they throw some chum in the water and the sharks just come and just tear them? That's what that Eagles defensive line did to Patrick Mahomes. It looked like they were playing at a different speed. Yes, one, they're hitting on all cylinders. Another aspect of that may be the Chiefs might be just physically worn out. Going on this Super Bowl run, back-to-back titles. They have the shortest offseason of anyone. They're playing their best every week because everyone's giving them their best shot, wanting to take down the champs. But this defense took full advantage. They made Patrick Mahomes and their high-powered offense look silly. So it's just credit to Nick Fangio, their defensive coordinator, a phenomenal plan. They came out there and they just whooped some butt, as they say back in my home state of Pennsylvania, and probably up there in Philly right now as they celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, it was a strange experience seeing Patrick Mahomes struggle in the way that he did. I mean, whether it was the Eagles' defensive line or whether he just had an off night, he looked completely ordinary, didn't he? So, I mean, was there anything different he could have done? Or was he just kind of set up to fail with the way that the game went?
Yeah, Don, he was clearly upset after this, right? What I liked about the way he handled it, it just showed his character. What's that saying by Dr. Martin Luther King? It's not where you stand in times of comfort and convenience, but where you stand in times of challenge and controversy. And Patrick Mahomes, instead of pointing fingers, he took all the blame himself. He's the ultimate teammate. Here's what he had to say after this devastating loss in the Super Bowl.
Credit to the Eagles, man. They played better than us from start to finish. We didn't start how we wanted to. Obviously, the turnovers hurt. And, I mean, I take all the blame for that. I mean, those early turnovers swing the momentum of the game, and then they capitalized on them, and they scored on the one, and then they got a touchdown immediately after. So that's 14 points that I kind of gave them, and it's hard to come back from that in the Super Bowl. And so just didn't play to my standard, and I have to be better next time.
There you go, Don. Just the true good sport. Patrick Mahomes, he's not even 30 years old yet. Okay, there's a lot of talk in the peanut galleries about Mahomes. Something tells me he's going to be back on this big stage again and again. He already has 3 Super Bowl titles in 7 seasons. And now, Don, he's going to get a much-deserved break. He just has his newborn baby with his wife, Brittany, their 3rd child, back home. Born just a few weeks ago. He can go and just kind of take it all in. And he will likely be right back in that gym studying film so that he can get back. This might have been the worst thing for the rest of the NFL. To lose like this in the Super Bowl, look out for Patrick Mahomes moving forward.
I think you might be right. Coy, great stuff, mate. Great job in New Orleans all week. Safe travels back. See you soon. Thanks again.
Thanks, Don.
All right, stay with us here on CNN World Sport because, speaking of Eagles, the American golfer Justin Thomas was in a hurry to finish his round on Sunday, but he probably didn't think he'd be quite this quickly.
This is Noom GLP-1, and this is Cam. Noom is more than meds, which is honestly why I chose Noom. Noom has helped me create really healthy habits. Now it's just what I do. It's just who I am. I'm Cam, and I lost 11 pounds in 6 weeks with Noom. Get started at Noom.com.
How do we connect you with stories from around the globe? We examine big ideas and all the details. Join me for Connect the World with Becky Anderson.
Today, only on CNN.
An unseen enemy is believed to have been targeting internet and power cables. This is the sharp end of the mission, protecting our internet, carrying $10 trillion of international trade. NATO's mission catapulting century is a rapid response to a new threat. This just gives you an idea of how hard this operation is. Commanders at sea increasingly confident.
Who is the second? That's quite clear.
I'm Richard West. I love traveling the world. Broaden the mind, open the heart. I'm not done yet. It's time to embrace new adventures. So just turned around and there it was. Find the fun. Oh, that is more beautiful than the real thing. Seize the moments in this world of wonder. Saturday on CNN. The Champions League tournament looks a little different this season, and some of Europe's biggest teams are going to have to go the extra mile if they want to end up with the trophy in May. The new group stage featured 8 games each instead of 6 that we've all become so accustomed to. And now the 16 teams who weren't good enough to finish in the top 8 are going to have to go through a 2-legged playoff round in order to stay alive. And it means that some very big teams will not be going much further. On Tuesday night, the defending champions Real Madrid will go up against the 2023 champions Manchester City. First leg in Manchester, the return leg will be in Madrid the following week. Pep Guardiola has won the European Cup 4 times as a player and as a manager. The Man City boss admits that he can't be sure of their chances of success.
This season struggled a lot. Of course, it would be good to continue for the club for the prestige to win this competition. But I like to feel that we are week by week, month we are there. Now I would feel, yeah, the team is consistent, we can do it. Now it's like, I don't know. I know the game plan tomorrow, I know the way we want to play. We still have doubts with the selection, we have still injuries and people come back. But at the same time, always this type of draws and competitions, I'm so optimistic and calm, and we'll see what happens.
Well, these are the 4 matches coming up on Tuesday, and some recent finalists are also in jeopardy. Borussia Dortmund, who played in the final last year, will have to get past Sporting Lisbon, while the 2020 runners-up Paris Saint-Germain will play Brest. All right, Thomas Detry made history tour, but it was the American Justin Thomas who got the biggest roar from the famously raucous crowd. Just check this out. What a way to cap his round in front of the gallery on the 18th green. A walk-off eagle. And listen to this. The crowd was just deafening. He has been making a habit of eagle holdouts this year. Keep it coming, JT. What a play. And that's all we've got time for in this edition of CNN World Sport. Thanks for your company. Take care. And I'll see you again soon.
Squirrel, the Siberian cat, lives in sunny LA but longs for snow, so Mom created the best snow day ever. We do ridiculous things to give our pets the best life. One simple thing can help you give the best care. Get Pumpkin Pet Insurance at pumpkin.care.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com.
If you can keep your head when markets all around you are losing and you can't see a way through, if you can trade and not make money your master, meeting triumph and disaster in equal measure. If you can run with the ball and not be afraid of the bears, for when we come together, we will make sense of it all. And what is more, my friend, you will be profitable, for you are indeed watching Westfield's business.
I'm chatting with a live H&R Block tax expert. He makes doing our taxes online so easy. There's also this AI tax assist for help whenever you need it.
I think I knew.
Do your own taxes online with H&R Block and get unlimited expert help for free.
If you're sharing your phone with friends, you're also sharing the background and the mirror and a tiny hairdryer. Get an Airbnb and get more space.
Welcome to a room of extraordinary hydration science.
Meet Liquid IV, sugar-free hydration, scientifically formulated with electrolytes, vitamins, and 0 artificial sweeteners. Liquid IV, sugar-free.
From an already devastating Gaza where tens of thousands of people have been killed, a warning from Donald Trump. All hell could break loose. Hello, I'm John Vors, ahead here on CNN Newsroom.
The most significant threat to this ceasefire agreement thus far, but it is a threat for now.
The threat means a fragile ceasefire now hanging in the balance as Hamas delays the next hostage release.
This is the beginning of making America rich again.
Big promises from Donald Trump and his new tariffs, but experts disagree, warning the tariffs could fuel inflation and cost American jobs.
You don't want to be an American? No. Why not? Why should I?
And the people of Greenland not only opposed to Donald Trump's plans to buy their homeland, but also pushing for independence from Denmark.
Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with John Vors.
The already fragile Gaza ceasefire is now hanging in the balance after Hamas accused Israel of serious violations and announced the next release of Israeli hostages, scheduled for Saturday, will be delayed. Hamas says the Israeli military has opened fire on Palestinian civilians returning to their homes in the north of the territory, also saying Israel is refusing to allow certain humanitarian supplies, like tents, into Gaza. Israel's defense minister says the announcement by Hamas in itself is a violation of the ceasefire deal and has ordered troops to the highest level of readiness in the south. The U.S. president also weighing in on the threat by Hamas to delay the release of hostages.
I'd say they ought to be returned by 12 o'clock on Saturday, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips and drabs, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2. Saturday at 12 o'clock, and after that, I would say all hell is going to break out, and I don't think they're going to do it.
Meantime, in Tel Aviv, calls are growing louder for all remaining hostages to be released, with protesters accusing the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of trying to sabotage the deal. For the very latest details, here's CNN's Jeremy Diamond reporting in from Tel Aviv.
Hamas is threatening to delay the release of the next 3 Israeli hostages this coming Saturday over what it says are a series of violations of the ceasefire agreement by Israel. Not only do they say that Israeli forces have fired on Palestinians inside the Gaza Strip, they also accuse Israel of obstructing the entry of shelter equipment, including tents, but also these prefabricated homes that Hamas says were supposed to have entered Gaza by now, but have not. The Israeli government hasn't responded to those specific ceasefire violation allegations, but we do know that this certainly seems to represent the most significant threat to this ceasefire agreement thus far. But it is a threat for now, and Hamas is making clear that they have issued this threat 5 days ahead of this planned release in order to give the mediators, quote, sufficient time to pressure Israel to get in line with the ceasefire agreement. And they say that that leaves the door open to this Saturday hostage release actually going forward as planned. But this is already a very delicate time in the region. In Israel, the public consciousness here has really been seared with the images of those 3 emaciated hostages who emerged on Saturday after 16 months of captivity. It's really driven a sense of urgency about the fate of the remaining hostages. And then in Gaza, of course, there is in the background President Trump's proposal to permanently displace more than 200 Palestinians who live there and for the United States to take ownership of it. And all of that, of course, puts these ceasefire negotiations with added stakes and in a very delicate position. Now, in response to this, the Israeli defense minister says that he's putting Israeli troops on their highest alert for to prepare for, quote, any possible scenario in Gaza. The question now is, how will the Israeli government respond to all of this? We know that the Israeli prime minister is set to meet with his security cabinet.
Where it lands, no one knows. Wow, what a piece of shit.
United Services Institute for Defense and Security Studies. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, the U.S. president believes Hamas is delaying the next hostage release, not because of possible Israeli violations of the ceasefire, but rather the health of the Israelis still being held in Gaza. Here's Donald Trump with this.
I looked at the hostages that came in, and they're emaciated. It looked like something out of the 1930s. It's an absolute disgrace. And I think they saw the way the world viewed it, and they're looking for a reason not to send more because they're wrong. You take a look at that. It looked like it was a concentration camp, which essentially it was. Looks like they came out of the Holocaust.
Notably, last year, or just a few months ago rather, a UN report found 133 Palestinians in Gaza were in the catastrophe phase of food insecurity. 664,000 were in the emergency phase. And a group of volunteer health workers from the US believes the death toll from the famine in Gaza is in the tens of thousands. Food shortages had impacted everyone in Gaza, regardless of who that person might be. So in that context, is Hamas really concerned about bad PR caused by images of emaciated Israeli hostages?
Thank you for having me on your program. A few things. First, of course, it's terrible that anybody looks like that. But as you noted, when it comes to Gaza, the level of famine and starvation has been extreme. And if you look carefully at the reports over the last few days, what was clearly stated is that the hostages, these particular hostages, were kept in one area and then had to be moved because of Israeli bombing and shelling. Also, when we talk about the appearance of prisoners and hostages being released as a result of the conditions of their captivity, we should also keep in mind that there's scores more that we don't look at, that we don't see, plastered on our screens and being focused on in this fashion. And we're talking about Palestinians that are being detained by the Israelis. I'm not saying that, if this happens, then this is okay. I'm saying it's all bad. It's all really terrible. And the focus should be on everybody, and all of those scenes should be on our screens because no life is ought to be treated with more worth than another. Also, when it comes to the ceasefire, if you allow me, the violations that are taking place, it doesn't just start there. Okay, before this ceasefire was even signed, Netanyahu and his government were making it very clear they didn't want to go ahead with phase 2 of the ceasefire. On the contrary, had Minister Ben-Gvir leave the government. Smotrich said they're going to stay, but is assuming that they're going to go back to war within phase 1, not get to phase 2. This is before we've even signed the ceasefire. Netanyahu has been reported in the Israeli press as instructing his cabinet not to talk about the ceasefire deal as a deal, but to talk about it as an outline or as a framework, not a deal, not an agreement. And the encouragement, I think, that has been given to the Israeli far right about designs on Gaza because of this talk about Riviera, in Gaza, and the displacement of Palestinians from Gaza permanently, not even temporarily, but permanently, and also the killing of more than 24 Palestinians in Gaza. We're not talking about the West Bank, where of course many more have been killed by Israeli forces, but in Gaza during the ceasefire. And then finally, and I think this is quite crucial, we're talking about a ceasefire agreement that has very particular deadlines. And during phase one, the Israelis were obliged to start negotiating in good faith for phase 2. And a delegation has been ordered to go to Doha to be a part of those discussions, but without any mandate. And not actually negotiate on very much at all. And again, I'm not telling you anything that's like from the dark web or something. This is all over the Israeli media and has been talked about for weeks. Yet we're now talking about a threat to the ceasefire because Hamas is saying that they're not going to release hostages. There's been many violations that have taken place since then, since before that, since the beginning of this deal.
So what is interesting, though, is that the violations of the ceasefire, as far as Hamas is concerned, is one of the points is that Israel is refusing to allow tents and other temporary housing units into Gaza. That alone may not seem to be a huge deal, but in the context of an American president saying he wants a one-way ticket for 2 million Palestinians out of Gaza, never to return, that's when that refusal to allow that sort of humanitarian assistance into Gaza becomes incredibly important.
Well, it just reinforces the idea. Forget about Hamas, because Hamas, Hamas doesn't really mean many excuses to be a bad actor. But when you look across the Palestinian community, when you look across the Arab world, when you frankly look across the international community, when you have the President of the United States talking about simply moving 1.6 million people, and he said 1.6, which may indeed indicate that the death toll in Gaza is much greater than what we've been told. But when he talks about that, and he doubles down, this has been going on now for a couple of weeks, and talking about buying and holding on to Gaza, then what does that tell them? It tells them that there's an incredibly short window where there will not be war on them. Because the American president has told the Israelis, yeah, I want them to leave too. And I want to take over Gaza, and then we're going to turn it into a Riviera. This is the dream of so many in the Israeli far right. And I don't think a sort of Arab world versus U.S. Israel on the other side. This is the international community. Many of America's allies, the United Kingdom, much of the EU, they've come out very publicly and denounced this sort of plan. And including, by the way, the state that Israel claims it really wants to normalize with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has utterly condemned this plan and said, if you want normalization, then there needs to be a Palestinian state. And the Israelis just simply aren't having any of it. So if we're talking about good faith negotiations, one side is refusing to even call it a deal. All right? They insist on calling it an outline, and they've been very clear from the get-go that they're simply not serious about it.
Yeah, it does seem as if the Israelis are heading towards what could be a resumption of fighting in Gaza, and they have been looking for a reason for that. That could be what they have now with this delay by Hamas. We'll see. But thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate you getting up early. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, Donald Trump has significantly escalated his tariff war, a new blanket 25% tariff on all imported steel and aluminum, without any exceptions or exemptions. The tariffs are aimed primarily at China, the world's largest steel producer. Less than 2% of steel imported by the US comes directly from China. But in recent years, Chinese steelmakers have used Mexico and other countries as a backdoor to the US market, circumventing tariffs which were announced during President Trump's first term. Canada, Mexico, and Brazil will be hardest hit by tariffs announced Monday. The US buys almost $10 billion worth of steel and iron every year from Canada, more than any other country. Canada's industry minister says the action taken by the Trump administration Monday is totally unjustified. And earlier I spoke with David Lynch, a financial reporter covering trade and global economics for the Washington Post. I asked him if there's any reason why these new tariffs might result in a different outcome from those which were imposed by Donald Trump in his first term.
I think the administration's argument is that, unlike the last time, these will be more comprehensive, and they will close what the president and his advisors see as loopholes, exemptions, exclusions that have allowed Chinese steel to continue entering the U.S. market via Canada, Mexico, and other countries. Now, of course, what we saw the last time was, as you say, marginal benefits for the steel producers, but there are a lot more Americans, 10 times as many Americans, who work in steel-using industries like the auto sector, who may end up being hurt by this. The other factor to consider is the retaliation that's inevitable from our trading partners. We saw that the last time. The European Union, just within the past 24 hours, has promised to retaliate against these measures. Canada certainly do the same, Mexico as well. And so what we're likely to see going forward is another form of the trade wars that we saw back in the 2018 to 2020 era.
And on Monday, the president outlined the overall goal for his tariff trade policy when he was answering a number of questions from reporters like this one.
What do you say to consumers?
They have a price reduction because they're going to make their steel here. There's not going to be any tariff. These foreign companies will move to the United States, will make their steel and aluminum in the United States. Ultimately, it'll be cheaper.
I think what the president wants, obviously, is that manufacturing jobs to return to the U.S. And that's what the tariffs he hopes will do. But tariffs alone seem like a bit like a one-armed man clapping. And even if those jobs actually do return, does that mean there'll be lower prices for consumers?
Well, I think the president's view here is a minority view. I think most economists will tell you that certainly in the near term and the medium term, you're going to see a price increase. It's going to start with the businesses, the manufacturers that use steel and aluminum. The whole point of tariffs is to raise the cost of foreign-made goods, to discourage Americans from buying them. When you do that, you make foreign steel and aluminum more expensive. The domestic producers are able to raise their prices as well because the competition isn't as tough. And so you end up with higher prices across the board. Those inputs factor into other products like cars and appliances and airplanes and hand tools and any number of products that use those metals that are made of those metals.
When we come back, the push for peace talks to end Russia's war in Ukraine. Both sides talking publicly about their must-haves before any negotiations begin.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sitting is the new smoking. A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It actually releases endorphins in the brain. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking.
My back stopped hurting. My arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands find relief. Call now or go online to get 35% off your purchase. We'll even ship it for free. Plus, you'll get this bonus seat cushion.
Ready Rocker is changing lives one rock at a time.
Now it's your turn to experience the relief for yourself.
Call 1-800-591-8973 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. That's 1-800-591-8973 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. Call now.
Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You're putting gas in your car anyway? Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash. $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
Come on, go.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for using it. I already made like $200 to $300.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
I'm Will Ripley in Taipei, Taiwan, and this is CNN.
This is One World.
The world's top headlines with some of the world's biggest players.
Stories that captivate from two unique perspectives.
What does that mean for wider escalation?
One World with Zain Asher and Biana Golodriga. Today on CNN.
U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, is expected to visit Ukraine next week. A source in the Ukrainian government tells CNN the trip is set for February 20. That's after the Munich Security Conference this coming weekend, where Kellogg says he plans to discuss with allies peace plans for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced he also plans to meet U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance at that Munich conference. Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister says any peace negotiations with Ukraine must include Moscow's indisputable ownership of annexed Ukrainian regions.
Undoubtedly, Ukraine joining NATO is one of the root causes of the special military operation. In terms of Kursk, our president has said it all. This is an issue that is so obvious to everyone, even to those who live outside of Russia. I want to say that the certain cunning with which our Western opponents, mainly the U.S., primarily discuss these topics is also quite understandable.
Those demands are unlikely to sit well with Ukrainians, who've long demanded Russian forces withdraw from all Ukrainian territory seized by Russia, including Crimea. Then there's the Donald Trump factor. The new U.S. president has been pushing both sides to at least begin peace talks. Here's CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh with the view not far from the Ukrainian front line.
The sound they long for here, of peace, of normal.
Хотя бы просто остановиться, перестать бомбить. А сейчас нет будущего, мы его не видим. А кто его видит? Вы видите?
10 years ago, the war began here, in an eastern town like this, Slovyansk. We were there to see ceasefires fall apart, or used by Russian separatists to just take more ground. A memory and distrust that endures.
Really, do they move further into the town or just stay in this position? That Russian-fueled unrest, now a decade later, transforms into an ugly conflict that's now entering into its
Hundreds of dead or injured daily. But this war can feel here like high-stakes gaming.
Давай ще раз по хутору, політай по цих гребах, подивися, відпрацьовуй по цих бліндажах. Серега, давай пі***у за 300.
Куди ти не було, попали?
Ну, по противнику, там зараз він ще раз буде пробувати.
For those below, a petrifying scramble in the frozen mud. The tiny buzz of death above. This very remote world of chat groups, drone cameras, so removed from the absolute horror of what's going down on the ground there. Both sides torn apart in trench warfare, not been seen for a century in some places. Vladimir is a week or so shy of his decade anniversary fighting Russia, joining in 2015 when Moscow seized the near I really mean it if you talk peace here.
В принципі, було заморожування конфлікту, і воно призвело тільки до повномасштабної війни. Я думаю, якщо зараз буде зроблена малочка, це для нас буде тільки гірше. Тому що противник відмовиться і сформує нові Військові частини, підрозділи перегрупуються і знову навпаки.
So many Ukrainians suggesting now that if NATO wants the war to stop, it should put its troops between them and the Russians as peacekeepers.
Це були б гарантії реальні безпеки в Україні, тому що Росія, якби вони не казали, що вони нікого не бояться. Вони бояться Америку, вони бояться НАТО в цілому.
One certainty as we head out to see the front is this same drone setup carnage is being mimicked by the Russians not far away. Dust can bring a brief break in Russian drones in the skies, but this red dot means there's one above us. So much changes fast in this war, but the shelling seems like it could go on forever.
Massive guns hiding from tiny $500 machines here. Extraordinary change.
Little geopolitics here, just practical skepticism and hard numbers.
Do you think there could be a ceasefire here that could last?
Сколько процентов оцениваем, что будет перемирие? 30%. Ну, потому что ситуация на фронте не так слаживается, чтобы видно было, что будет перемирие. Все очень тяжело.
40%.
Другая сторона выигрывает, отжимая территории, и нам нечем по большому счету ответить.
Just down the road, the Russians are coming, yet again. But the prize here is only victory itself. The rest is ruins. Here it is, the sort of Soviet prize in Liman of the railway hub here, a place that the Russians took, that they were kicked out of by the Ukrainians and are now closing in on again, just a symbol of the relentlessness of this war. Larissa has never left, never will.
Здесь я бегала босиком. Там речка. Там я купалась. Мне сейчас 72 года. Не хочу. Все мои братья здесь, 3 похоронено. Все тетки, все дядьки, папа, мама. Не могу ехать, не могу. 19 раз выпили раз. 19 раз с утра. Дед у меня считает, а я пью снотворное. Никто этого не решит. Решит только Путин, если он скажет. Да ну его, сколько я людей по году...
He's only for Putin.
А?
Far back, Ukraine is making the bare minimum preparations for a worst-case scenario. They've always needed the world's help to stave off disaster. Just now hope it doesn't come disguised as peace. Nick Clayton-Walsh, CNN, Liman, Ukraine.
In a moment on CNN, a Donald Trump tariff do-over, leaving major steel-producing countries to decide how best to respond. In a moment, reaction from Canada and Australia. Also ahead, how will the Trump tariffs impact an already struggling Chinese economy, awash in debt, falling demand, and with a massive oversupply of housing?
Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. Already made like $2 to $3.
So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I I don't understand how more people are not talking about upsides. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You putting gas in your car anyway? Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for changing. I already made like $200 to $300. So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
It's not what let's wear.
Gracie is about to have her best day ever on the runway. If her strut turns into a stumble, her pumpkin pet insurance plan covers up to 90% of eligible vet bills. Get a plan like Gracie's at pumpkin.care.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com today and get 50% off.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Casey Hunt. It's wonderful to be with you. This is an active week in politics. I hate to kind of call you out right off the top. It is wonderful to see these women athletes finally getting the recognition they deserve. Do you ever want to try out new James Bond?
CNN this morning. Today.
Big off family, being there for family.
It's huge. I feel like I've been better about giving myself grace. Oh, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Rescue all the homeless dogs in the world. With Stitch Fix, so easy. Computer is. Having a personal stylist makes my life so much easier.
I bet it
Like
does.
sizing your style, I get to set my own budget. Free shipping and returns. There's no subscription required. I feel like I'm understood, seen. My stylist gets items will flatter your body type. I feel good, feel confident, and that's all with the help of Stitch Fix. I love that. Stitch Fix, good personal styling for everyone.
I'm Robin in Vancouver, and it's just the biggest exporter of steel to the United States, Canada, says Donald Trump's doing 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum is totally unjustified. And the Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, claims the White House is considering an exemption for Australian steel, even though Donald Trump made clear Monday there would be no exceptions, while adding the tariffs are a big deal and would make America rich again.
We don't want it to hurt other countries, but they've been taking advantage of us for years and years and years. And they've charged us tariffs. Most of them have charged us, almost everyone, I would say, almost without exception. They've charged us and we haven't charged them.
As for any tariff negotiations with China, the US president says he's in no rush. But he has spoken with Chinese President Xi Jinping since taking office last month. Donald Trump says he likes President Xi a lot. Speaks to his people all the time. The US announced 10% tariffs on Chinese imports earlier this month, but has since postponed 25% duties on products in Canada and Mexico. China responded with a broad range of tariffs on American goods, including coal, liquefied natural gas, farm equipment, and some vehicles. Roger Bright is joining us now. He's a partner at the research firm Rhodium Group and leads the firm's China Market Research. Good to see you. Hi, John. Good to be with you. Okay, so there's one country which seems to be in the direct line of fire to Donald Trump's tariff war. It's China. Here's the US president speaking before the Super Bowl.
I think that China is so economic, it's so trade. Biden allowed China to go crazy. And we have a deficit with China of over $1 trillion a year. Can you believe it? But with all of that said, China needs us because they take out so much money out of the United States.
The trade surplus with the US is probably a good place to begin with. For a start, last year it was just shy of $300 billion, down from the previous year, and well short of the record which was set in 2018 of more than $400 billion. The $1 trillion global surplus is being driven in part by a fall in imports, which seems to indicate the surplus is both a sign of economic strength as well as economic weakness and problems domestically.
That's exactly right. The real issue is the weakness in China's domestic demand. Over the last 3 years, nothing has replaced the property sector or local government infrastructure investment as drivers of demand. And as a result, China remains an investment-led economy. And when you are the world's largest investment-led economy, China's about 28% of global investment. You can only really expand relative to the rest of the world by displacing others' investment, which is one reason that the surplus has expanded so much, and why more countries are more and more concerned about Chinese excess capacity and being exported abroad.
Yeah, for more than 2 decades, China's economic growth has essentially been driven by government investment, especially real estate and especially by the state-owned banks. A former Chinese government official said last year about the property boom, he asked how many vacant homes are there now? Each expert gives a different number, with the most extreme believing the current number of vacant homes are enough for 3 billion people, double the size of the population of China. And all that construction for the 3 billion homes, which, to be fair, is at the top end of the estimate, has surged as fuel and debt. So you've got the real estate problems, you've got the debt problems, you've also got an aging population, you've got huge environmental problems. You put all these things together, and the outlook for China isn't so good right now. What's the potential impact of a trade war with the US on top of that?
Yeah, on the one hand, I mean, John, you're describing that accurately. I think that's a bit larger in terms of the property overhang than we would have expected, but it's absolutely true that China has built way too much housing in interior cities that aren't really going to see any fundamental new population growth. So a lot of that investment is going to need to be written down. And just as you say, the demographic headwinds are known. There are very few countries that have had declining working age populations over a long period of time and grown it at rapid rates. So China is more dependent than ever on exports. They are, however, less dependent upon exports to any individual country at the same time. So it does require sort of a more multilateral response to China's exports if there's actually going to be a change in the overall pattern of their growth model. So China is vulnerable to tariffs and trade defenses from other countries, including the United States. And at the same time, the problems that are emerging within China's domestic economy mean that it's very difficult to see how those imbalances are ever resolved without a significant increase in Chinese domestic demand. Because even if China can offset the pressure from tariffs, even if China can sort of extend trade with the rest of the world for another couple of years, that doesn't make the political pressure or the response to the political opposition to Chinese imports in all around the world go away anytime soon. And that's really the structural problem that Beijing is confronting at this point.
And their response from Beijing has been fairly consistent when it comes to any tariffs, any kind of trade war. Here's the spokesperson for the Foreign Ministry speaking a few weeks ago.
On this issue, we have repeatedly expressed China's position. We always believe that there are no winners in trade wars and tariff tit for tats. China has always firmly safeguarded its national interests.
Ultimately, though, will China's economic problems domestically play into their response to US tariffs in a way that it could mean a more aggressive approach in a potential trade war, or will it mean Beijing is more inclined to try and negotiate with the United States?
I think Beijing's more inclined to try to negotiate, right? On the table to try to get into a negotiation and try to slow the pattern of escalation. But like I said, the problems that China is facing are really structural within their domestic economy. There's no easy solution to any of this, and so in that context, you could see China take steps like using export controls or using other restrictions where they can take advantage of their position within global manufacturing supply chains those are, maybe temporarily effective, but they become self-defeating in the long term for Beijing, because that just makes increases the potential for other countries to want to reduce their reliance upon Chinese supply chains. So probably the best, most of Beijing's efforts will be designed to try to enter a negotiation and extend it.
Well, you're right.
I'm really mad that they have her wearing those like big shoes.
Right now, Donald Trump is effectively reshaping global trade. He says tariffs are a way of evening the playing field. But in reality, his tariffs, especially on Canadian imports, will see price increases for a range of consumer products. So for more on the impact of tariffs on Canada, here's CNN's Paul Newton reporting in from Ontario.
It's on this factory floor in Canada that Donald Trump's demands for fair trade are being tested.
What are these over here? For the Silverado.
These are parts for the Silverado, a GM truck made in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. And they're made by Martin Rea.
These are 1,000-ton stamping presses.
Global auto parts supplier with thousands of workers in all three countries. Trump tariffs would strike at the very heart of this business and its workers in North America, says Executive Chairman Rob Wildeboer. President Trump would say, why Mexico? Why Canada? Why can't you just make it all in the U.S.?
I don't know anyone in our company that wants tariffs between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico, because we work very well as a unit. We take care of our people everywhere. We make great parts in every jurisdiction, and quite frankly, we benefit from that. We've got some great plants in Mexico, in the United States, and in Canada.
Do you believe a U.S.-made car then would be more expensive?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
That's the math, he says, a calculation made every day here as the threat of tariffs hang over one of the most prized manufacturing industries on the continent. Canada's auto industry directly employs at least 130,000 people in dozens of towns and cities, including Martin Rea's facility in Vaughan, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. They depend on these stable jobs, as do workers at this Martin Rea facility in the U.S. state of Kentucky.
I'll put my U.S. hat on, right? Because we are an American supplier, we're a Canadian supplier, we're a Mexican supplier, but we have twice as many people in the United States as we do in Canada. And in a number of communities, we're the largest employer. So Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Jonesville, Michigan, and others, we're a big deal. We're a big deal locally. We take care of a lot of people. And I would say a lot of those people probably voted for President Trump. They like this message of lower inflation, more jobs, stronger economy. But with the tariffs and so forth, they're getting higher inflation, less jobs, weaker economy.
And despite that pitch, even employees here know what they're up against in the Oval Office. And some told us they approve of Canada standing up to the threat.
It's going to hurt anyhow. It's like either you deal it right now or in the future.
And it's not just Canada. Trump is challenging the very template of free trade right around the world. The European Union can see what's coming their way. It has one of the largest trade deficits with the U.S. It, too, says it will respond firmly to any tariffs. But it is Trump's tough talk about an economic takeover of Canada that cannot be reconciled.
What I'd like to see Canada become our 51st state.
It's triggered an uncommon anti-American backlash in Canada that may have legs. Booing the U.S. anthem, boycotting American products, all of it so far seems to have staying power.
Well, I think it's ridiculous. We've been friends for years, traded for years, and then all of a sudden this happens.
For Martin Rea's executives and its North American workers, tariffs could still be a reality within weeks, putting at risk a profitable business and good-paying jobs in the U.S. and beyond. They are asking President Trump, why mess with that?
The Trump administration's overhaul of the federal government is facing more legal challenges. The deadline for federal workers to accept a buyout offer from the White House has been extended again as the federal court decides those offers are legal in the first place. Buyouts are a key part of the administration's goal of eliminating 100,000 government jobs.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming
Classy.
your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve.
The new smoking, a sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It actually releases endorphins in the brain. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands find relief. Call now or go online to get 35% off your purchase. We'll even ship it for free. Plus, you'll get this bonus seat cushion.
Ready Rocker is changing lives one rock at a time.
Now it's your turn to experience the relief for yourself.
Call 1-800-591-8973 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. That's 1-800-591-8973 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. Call now.
Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You putting gas in your car anyway? Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. Already made like $200 to $300. So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind every time you fill up. Start earning real cash back. Download the free Upside app to get cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. It's that easy.
I don't understand how more people are not talking about Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash every time you get gas.
You putting gas in your car anyway? Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I just got cash back for commuting to work. Already made like $200 to $300. So I thought it was too good to be true, but it's legit. I'm getting cash back every time I fill up my tank with Upside.
Download the free Upside app now to get cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ACE for an extra 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code ACE for a 25-cent a gallon bonus.
I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta in New York, and this is CNN.
Every night, you're going straight to the source. We begin with the breaking news tonight, going inside the biggest stories. Where is the common ground between you and the Senate and the White House, sharing the latest with you? The source with Caitlin Collins tonight.
What first sounded like an off-the-wall suggestion will now be the focus of a U.S. Senate committee hearing on Wednesday. Officially, the committee will examine the strategic significance of Greenland to the American economy and national security. Even though the people of Greenland have made it abundantly clear, no thanks, we're not for sale, Yankee, go home. We sent Bernie O'Sullivan to Greenland because we could.
I really want this statue gone.
Why?
Because why should she be up there? Why isn't it a Greenlander up there? Trump
wants to buy my country, Greenland.
This is Kupanak Olsen.
Today, Miko and I are having whale skin.
She's known as Greenland's biggest influencer, and she's running in the island's upcoming elections. She's a native Greenlander, and for her, this statue of an 18th century missionary is a daily reminder of Denmark's control of her country.
So you would like to be independent of Denmark?
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you want to be part of the USA.
No, I don't. I don't want to become a part of the USA. I definitely.
You don't want to be an American?
No.
Why not?
Why should I? Why should we just be taken by another colonizer?
Native Greenlanders, or Inuits, make up almost 90% of Greenland's population.
Is all this interest in Greenland because of Trump, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
In my opinion, it's a good thing because it's speeding up our independence process. So I see it as a good thing.
When the Nazis took over Denmark during World War II, the United States stepped in to protect Greenland.
Now, the U.S. military has had a presence here on Greenland for decades, but in the capital, one of the very few signs of the United States is this, the U.S. consulate, which was reopened by President Trump in his first term in 2020.
Americans died for this country. In my own family, my grandfather watched his shipmates die.
Another sign of the U.S. here is Tom Dans, who was appointed to the U.S. Arctic Research Commission during Trump's first presidency.
When Trump first brought up Greenland, people treated it like it was a joke. People thought, that's crazy. But you're saying it's not so crazy.
It's not crazy at all. Greenland, due to its geographic position, is kind of the front door for North America.
The U.S. is jostling with Russia and others for Arctic dominance. Military bases here are prime real estate for satellite and missile detection systems.
So this is Danish Navy.
It's the Danish Navy, yeah.
Greenland currently relies on Denmark for security and financial support.
You think Greenland can survive without this?
We will definitely need an agreement with another country, either with or still continue the agreement with Denmark with military, or go with U.S. or Canada.
Climate change is opening up new shipping routes in the Arctic that the U.S. want to control.
The Greenlanders you've spoken to excited about a closer relationship with the U.S.?
Absolutely. I'm talking with businessmen, investors, entrepreneurs. Tremendous things are happening.
And another appeal of Greenland for Trump is its many natural resources.
Fishing, tourism, mining, security investments, logistics. The hard thing is deciding where to start first.
Tom Dans does not have a role in the current administration, but he did campaign for Trump in the last election, along with Greenlander Jorgen Bosen.
He's been known as Trump's son here. So,
I mean, maybe you could be.
Jorgen has made multiple trips to the U.S. in recent months, even campaigning for Trump in Pennsylvania.
Do you want Greenland to be part of the United States?
Not of 51 states, but best and closest ally with everything, with defense, mining, oil exploration, and trade, and everything.
Right.
Okay, we are here in Greenland with Don Jr.
In January, another sign of the United States here. Donald Trump Jr. arriving on the plane dubbed Trump Force One. It's all a sign here for some that there's a lot more to come.
The feeling when I saw the plane was kind of excitement, but also like, should I be nervous now? And like the realization of Trump's words are no longer just words. Now they have become the reality.
And Greenlanders will go to the polls here next month in an election where Donald Trump and the United States is expected to loom large. So much so that just last week, the Parliament here fast-tracked new legislation, a law banning foreign political donations. Here, that is very much seen as something that is in response to the renewed and intense interest from the United States. Back to you.
Good. Thanks to Daniel Sullivan for that report from Greenland. We'll be right back. You're watching CNN.
More little tasks to perform.
We should be good to go.
Ritz chocolate cake. You're gonna get sick. You need pumpkin. I love pumpkin. It's not food, it's pet insurance. So when you get hurt or sick and you need expensive medicine or surgery,
Pet insurance from Pumpkin can help.
go to pumpkin.care.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com.
After their own band, and one of them can get away clean with the equipment. These thermal charges for the first vault door. Now, Merriweather, with whom I understand you're very, very well acquainted, has a regular contract to carry explosives.
What does it mean to be out front? It's going there. We are just about 3 miles from the Gaza border. It's context and curiosity. So you be out front too. Let's go out front.
Burnett out front tonight on CNN.
Really fast ones. I have, of course, some very, very, very fast bikes indeed. Apparently being borrowed from the manufacturer by a group of bikers.
Elon Musk has been busy. He's now attempting to put himself at the forefront of artificial intelligence. Tesla and SpaceX founder is leading a group of investors offering to buy the parent company of ChatGPT for nearly $100 billion. Musk is no stranger to Sam Altman's OpenAI. He co-founded the company back in 2015, but left over disagreements on a shift from non-profit to for-profit work. Altman posted on X, known as Twitter, which is also owned by Musk, quote, "No thank you, but we'll buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." The US penny, the 1 cent coin, might just be another victim of the Trump administration, which has ordered the US Mint to stop production because of cost. Each one actually costs more than 3 cents to make. But the US Constitution says only Congress has the power to coin money and regulate currency. The penny, though, has been under bipartisan scrutiny for years. Notably, its purchasing power has all but disappeared. Thank you for watching CNN Newsroom. I'm John Forrest. Please stay with us. My friend and colleague Rosemary Church will be up after a very short break. Hope to see you right back here tomorrow.
I'm Christy Lustoud in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and this is CNN.
How do we connect you with stories from around the globe? Big setting, big ideas, and all the details. Connect World with Becky Anderson.
Today, only on CNN.
It's a European marketplace that's constantly evolving.
We're all in this together.
All the energy sector. Wow, look at
It
that.
sounds
Very cool.
yeah, it really feels like plastic.
The technology.
This is the next generation of computing.
Wow. The latest in luxury.
What we're doing is world class.
Are you more drawn to the classic?
I'm a classic girl.
I'm Anna Stewart. From Marketplace Europe.
Saturday on CNN. I'm Richard West. I love traveling the world. Open the heart. And I'm not done yet. It's time to embrace new adventures. Just turn around and there it was. Find the fun. That's is more beautiful than the real thing. Seize the moments in this world of love. Strictly on CNN.
This isn't just a box of Plan B. It's a safe and effective way to take control of my body, my future. A backup time that helps prevent pregnancy before it starts by temporarily delaying ovulation. This isn't just a box of Plan B. It's proof that I've got this.
With 3 full slides, there's excitement in every slide, adventures waiting to begin, and dance parties every night. So bring your people together and book your stay today and strengthen the band.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, spoon, and Swiss. BK melts.
Like you own the island for your own?
The Journey Matters, Sunday on CNN. This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
Hello and welcome to our viewers joining us from all around the world and to everyone streaming us on CNN Hacks. I'm Elizabeth Church. Just ahead. Donald Trump defies the critics again, imposing new tariffs on steel and aluminum aimed at China and making clear he's not done yet. An already fragile ceasefire made even more tenuous. Hamas threatens to postpone the release of hostages while the US president issues an ultimatum. And the bitter rivalry between two tech titans, Elon Musk's unsolicited bid for OpenAI is rejected, while global leaders discuss the future of AI security.
Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with Rosemary Church.
Good to have you with us. The US president has fired another shot in the trade war he started this month. Donald Trump slapped 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports into the US on Monday, without any exceptions or exemptions.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is the beginning of making America rich again.
The tariffs are aimed primarily, although indirectly, at China, even though the US imports very little steel straight from China. But Beijing remains the world's largest steel producer, and its steel does make its way into the United States second-hand. However, it's these countries that appear poised to take the biggest hit from the new US tariffs: Canada, Mexico, Brazil, and Vietnam. Canada sends the most tons of steel of any country to the US. The former Canadian finance minister, who's running for prime minister, says, quote, "We must do what we did the first time he tried, retaliate dollar for dollar." Chrystia Freeland added, "I knew then what I know now. By being strong, smart, and united, we can win again." And CNN's Stephen Jung is covering this live from Beijing. He joins us now. Good to see you, Stephen. So what's been the reaction in China to President Trump's 25% steel tariffs? And, of course, how might this impact the economy there?
Yeah, Rosemary, so far Chinese officials have not said too much about these latest 25% tariffs. On Monday, Chinese Foreign Ministry official did address this issue in general, saying, quote-unquote, protectionism is a dead end and there are no winners in any trade wars. But of course, as you mentioned, this will likely cause pain for the Chinese steel sector because one of the longstanding complaints, not just from Washington, actually, from many other governments around the world, is that Chinese steelmakers have been flooding the global markets with cheap products, sometimes at below-cost prices. Now, that's something, of course, Beijing has long denied, the so-called industrial overcapacity problem, and they have pushed back very strongly. But timing-wise, this is very interesting because just on Monday, the Chinese cabinet actually held a meeting, and in the official readout, without mentioning the term industrial overcapacity, they said the government would quote-unquote optimize industrial layout and market supervision, and also phase out outdated and inefficient production in certain sectors. So it seems officials here are very much aware of this issue and trying to address it, just not mentioning that word overcapacity. But of course, it remains to be seen what kind of specific countermeasures, if any, they will launch on these latest tariffs. Because as you know, they did launch counter tariffs on Trump's previously announced 10% additional tariffs on Chinese imports. But it's still worth noting, though, so far, both sides seem to be fairly restrained in their measures and countermeasures. Remember, Trump promised repeatedly during the campaign to impose up to 60% tariffs on Chinese imports. Now, that has not happened. And even with the counter tariffs Beijing announced that went into effect on Monday, this affected only less than 9% of U.S. exports into China. So it's still fairly restrained. And a lot of experts say that's because both sides still want to, at least at this juncture, trying to reach some sort of broader deal. And especially from Beijing's perspective, they try not to unnecessarily antagonize Trump at this juncture, having learned quite a bit from dealing with him during the first term, not to mention the U.S. president, of course, even more recently, still said he and Chinese leader Xi Jinping have this great personal relationship. So I think Beijing officials are trying to use this to create this opening to reach a broader deal, especially as they continue to face a lot of economic headwinds at home as well. Rosemary?
Stephen Jiang joining us from Beijing. A U.S. district judge has again extended the deadline for federal workers to accept the Trump administration's so-called buyout offers or deferred resignations. Whether those offers are legal or not is still in question. CNN's Paula Reed has more.
Well, federal employees did not get the clarity they were hoping for on this deferred resignation offer they received from the Trump administration. On Monday, a federal judge in Boston heard arguments from the Justice Department defending the administration and from lawyers representing unions about the validity of this so-called buyout offer. Now, lawyers for the unions, they have been discouraging their members from accepting this offer, saying it's not clear that the Trump administration has the power to enforce this or make sure people get paid. And they were even noting to the judge, they said they've only been given 2 weeks' notice to make decisions that impact their livelihoods. They said this is not what Congress intended when it reformed the civil service. They also told the judge that they believe the administration is trying to push out civil servants so that they can be replaced with Trump loyalists. Now, the Justice Department defended its actions, saying that this was all part of the federal government's authority to manage its workforce, and argued that the buyout program offers a humane off-ramp to federal government employees who might have structured their life around remote work opportunities, which have, of course, come to an end. The judge said that he would resume the sort of pause on the deadline to accept this while he contemplates this larger question about the validity of this offer. So all eyes on that judge, a Clinton appointee up in Boston, as many federal employees are mulling possibly accepting this offer. Paula Reed, CNN, Washington.
And those buyouts are not the only action being challenged in court. In Massachusetts, a federal judge paused cuts Donald Trump had made to funding public health research for everything from curing cancer to addressing chronic health conditions like diabetes and heart disease. In Rhode Island, another federal judge accused the Trump administration of disregarding a previous court order to unfreeze billions of dollars in federal aid. And that's just the latest. At least 10 judges have also stopped what President Trump is doing or trying to do in just the past 3 weeks. And Team Trump now making clear they're targeting the judges themselves. Vice President J.D. Vance posting this, quote, "Judges are not allowed to control the executive's legitimate power," implying that whatever the executive branch does is automatically legitimate. Well, the fragile ceasefire in Gaza appears to be on shaky grounds, with Israel and Hamas accusing each other of breaking the terms of the deal. Hamas is threatening to postpone the hostage release scheduled for Saturday, accusing Israel of firing on displaced Palestinians returning to the north and not allowing all types of aid into the enclave.
Israel's defense minister says Hamas is in violation of the agreement and is ordering troops to be ready for the possibility of new fighting in Gaza. Meanwhile, in Tel Aviv, protesters are accusing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of sabotaging the deal. They're calling for all remaining hostages to be released. And amid all this tension, US President Donald Trump is weighing in.
Would you like another car?
As far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out.
CNN's Nada Bashir joins me now live from London. Good morning to you, Nada. So what's the latest on this fragile ceasefire and the possible consequences ahead if it doesn't hold?
Well, look, Rosemary, there is certainly concern following those remarks by Donald Trump yesterday, of course, but we have seen issues like this resolved in the past, despite this being a deeply fragile agreement, as you mentioned. And of course, while there is concern around the possible postponement of the release of hostages and exchange of Palestinian prisoners scheduled to take place on Saturday, what we do know, according to the information has been released by Hamas officials, is that they are essentially framing this as a sort of warning. Hamas officials have said that that release could continue to take place on Saturday as scheduled, that they have issued this statement 5 days in advance of that scheduled release of hostages from the Gaza Strip, so as to provide a warning for Israeli officials to, in their words, uphold their end of the agreement. Now, as you mentioned, they have highlighted several areas where they believe Israel has failed to abide by the terms of the ceasefire agreement, from an earlier delay in allowing Palestinians to return to parts of northern Gaza, from, as you mentioned, civilians being fired at, according to Hamas, by Israeli forces, and of course, delays or restrictions in humanitarian relief supplies getting into the Gaza Strip. And we have heard from one diplomat who has told CNN that the UN, Qatar, and other nations had requested to be allowed to deliver humanitarian relief supplies, namely shelter for Palestinian civilians who have been displaced, and that request was denied by Israeli authorities. Of course, we have reached out to the Israeli officials for response to that, but there is mounting concern around the amount of humanitarian relief supplies, particularly medical supplies and medicines getting into the Gaza Strip. Then, of course, on the other side, as you mentioned, there has been outcry from Israeli officials. This warning of a possible postponement of the release of hostages has been described by Israeli officials as a complete violation by Hamas of the ceasefire agreement. Israel's defense minister instructing the Israeli military to be on the highest level of alert and readiness, the IDF as well, instructing its forces to be on high alert for any possible scenarios moving forward in Gaza. So there is concern around the possible breakdown of this deal, around potentially the resumption of hostilities in the Gaza Strip. But again, this is not a guarantee yet of a full breakdown of that deal. We know there is mounting pressure both regionally, internationally, and of course also within Israel. We have seen protests taking place in Tel Aviv. Many family members of those that are still held captive in Gaza calling on the government to do all they can to ensure the safe return of all hostages held captive in the Gaza Strip. There are many Palestinian families, of course, hoping that their loved ones will be released from Israeli jails as part of this ceasefire agreement. So there is certainly pressure on both sides for this ceasefire agreement, not only to continue, but also for both sides to engage or re-engage in negotiations for a movement towards a second phase of that deal as well. At this stage, focus is certainly on maintaining this first phase, ensuring that this deal is upheld, and we can expect to see more movement, certainly on the regional front and diplomatic front as well. As we know today, Jordan's King Abdullah is set to meet with the US President Donald Trump. So the situation in Gaza and indeed the ceasefire agreement is certainly expected to be a key focus during those talks later today as well. Rosemary?
Nada Bashir bringing us that live report from London. Many thanks. Well, meantime, the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees is sounding the alarm in the West Bank. UNRWA says at least 40,000 Palestinians have been forcibly displaced as the Israeli military ramps up a large-scale military operation. Operation camp, but has since expanded to 3 more camps. The IDF says the operation aims to of a Paris summit on artificial intelligence is set to begin soon. I'll speak with an expert about what political leaders and top business minds hope to accomplish. Back with that and more in just a moment.
NF Bank, in your best interest.
I still would have lost though.
They say one of the best ways to explore the Philippines is to traverse the archipelago by sea. With 7,641 islands in the country, nearly a third of them are right here in Palawan province.
Good morning to all of you, and I really love this job, being a tour guide, giving lifetime experience to the tourists. I can also do something different for our environment.
Like educating visitors on how to respect and protect the nature and marine life they travel to the Philippines to see.
No one is allowed to feed the fishes. No one is allowed to touch the reef. Don't throw anything in the water, specifically plastics. We're trying to just create a small impact.
We're just going to give you this kind of energy. Balancing enjoyment with preservation in this tropical paradise, it's not just about protecting their livelihood, but also their home.
Stay tuned to get $100 in free cookware. This extra deep square pan set and this 6-piece knife set, absolutely free. Your cookware is worn and scratched, ready for the trash. But a new set can cost $500 or even $600. Introducing Gotham Steel Cream. Brand new ultra-modern cookware at our lowest price ever, direct from the factory. Every piece of this gorgeous set is ultra non-stick. Everything slips and slides in this pan. It's 2 times more non-stick than other pans. Even the sticky melted candy pops out with ease. It's engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic, so you can cook healthier without any oil and butter. Then a quick wipe and it's sparkling clean. No more hot spots or burning. Everything is cooked with precision. These pans come with tinted glass lids and are oven safe up to 500 degrees.
Alright, I'm going to bed. I am tired and my sinuses are annoying me.
For more than $600. But call or go online now to own the
Y'all have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Even for $300 with factory direct for just 5 payments of $49.99. Plus, order today during this show and
have a good Taco Tuesday.
Just 4 payments of $49.99. And it's our exclusive.
And I will catch y'all back tomorrow.
Extra large square pan set. It's the
Good night.
square shape. It's an entire family meal. Also get this free knife set. Slice, dice, and chop with precision using our premium coated stainless steel blades. Together, they're a $100 value, yours free. That's an incredible Gotham Steel Cream 20-piece set, all for just 4 payments of $49.99. Plus, we'll ship the entire order to you free. Call or go online now. To order, call 1-800-282-8046 or go to GothamCreamSet.com. To call 1-800-282-8046. That's 1-800-282-8046 or go to GothamCreamSet.com.
Squirrel the Siberian cat lives in sunny LA but longs for snow, so Mom created the best snow day ever. We do ridiculous things to give our pets the best life, but one simple thing can help you give the best care. Get Pumpkin Pet Insurance at pumpkin.care.
I'm Nick Watt in Los Angeles, and this is CNN.
The U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, is expected to visit Ukraine next week. A source in the Ukrainian government told CNN the trip is set for February 20th. That's after the Munich Security Conference this weekend, where Kellogg says he plans to discuss with allies peace plans for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced he also plans to meet U.S. Vice President. J.D. Vance at the Munich conference.
Right.
Russia's deputy foreign minister said
Try this again.
peace negotiations with Ukraine must include Moscow's indisputable ownership of annexed Ukrainian regions.
Undoubtedly, Ukraine joining NATO is one of the root causes of the special military operation. In terms of Kursk, our president has said it all. This is an issue that is so obvious to everyone, even to those who live outside of Russia. I want to say that the certain cunning with which our Western opponents, mainly the U.S., primarily discuss these topics is also quite understandable.
All this comes as U.S. President Donald Trump pushes for a ceasefire in the conflict. CNN's Fred Blanken takes a look at how Russians are reacting to this issue.
All right, I'm going to bed for real. It's time. Good